Mouthful of coffee there. Morning, everyone. Morning. I hope everyone's well this morning. So much news coming out of Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know what to start with first. Not.
Yeah,
But there you go.
I'm not sure how we're going to cope with it.
You got me and the sheriff. I've got no doubt that you might see some others as well at some stage. Morning to everyone. Thanks for joining us. A beautiful morning up here in the northwest. The sun is out. The sky is blue, as they say. I won't finish the rest of the ditty because it could get rude. But there you go. There you go. And Sheriff, morning to you. How are you this morning?
All's good, mate. All is
no
good.
No work again, Sheriff.
That's unfortunate, mate. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate on one of the hottest days of the year.
Well, yeah. It's what it is.
You know what I mean?
Days.
It's very unfortunate. But what can I do?
You can't do anything, mate. Can you? What can you do if the machine's broken down?
Apart from go and tamper with it again and see if I can get it to completely mess up.
Yeah, absolutely.
No. Let's get that in there. I never did none of that.
No, he didn't. Sheriff, still no news on much apart from the Jed Spence out. He's becoming more and more of a possibility. No news really on incomings.
Balogun, mate, isn't it? The American.
That's all we've got. Balogun so far. What are your thoughts on Balogun? And don't upset Sniper's dream this morning, because he weren't happy with me last night. He said, "You won't accept Balogun." Well, to me, Balogun is just like another version of Solanke.
Yes,
that's Balogun to me.
I did read this comment. You're turning your nose up.
Yeah. And he's not having a go at me. He's not having a go.
No.
I get where he's coming from. I get where he's coming from.
He has got a point, though. To be honest, I mean, we all know that the two we got are like
dog shit. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, only being.
Well, yeah, but like.
All right, Rubbish. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah. For this time of the morning, rubbish. But but I mean, are we snobbish? But to be honest, with the 26 years since that lot been here, right, and the players we've seen over our lifetimes, right, in the attacking part of the pitch.
Yeah.
I've got high standards for my club. And I'm sorry, but I don't think it doesn't excite me, It's not like, oh God, bloody hell. Now Oshman, on the other hand, get him in. To me, that is, it's not as wild as when Klinsmann come in, but it is sort of hello.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you can't get the best, get the next best.
Yeah,
type of thing.
Exactly.
And does that mean we're being snobbish when we say that, or maybe not snobbish? Are we looking too high up the ladder for a 17th place Tottenham?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's got to come into it. We've got really, apart from a big ground and the dollars, we haven't, as a football club, we got nothing to offer these people. No Europe.
That's why they have to sell it. That's why they have to sell the project mark, isn't it?
Yeah, 17th, no Europe. I mean, I believe it might be De Zerbi that phones him up. He's got it's not a cock and bull story, but you know what I mean. He's got to really sell what we're trying to do, and you got to be honest, you got to convince these players. Look,
yeah.
If this is true, he's got to say, look, the board are doing this, the board are doing that. This is the project at Tottenham. They've said they want to win this X, Y, and Z. I don't know whether they've said that, man, but the statements the statements we saw on that video, they sort of said it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, It's just I got high standards for my club. And
yeah, I know where you're coming from, Mark.
no one really in the whole team is up the standards of people we've seen in the past. Maybe Van Ven. I do like him.
Yeah, yeah.
But all the rest, I won't give a monkey's whether any of them left.
No,
Would you? Would you
uh,
give a rat's?
no. We said it at the end of last season before we brought anyone in.
Yeah,
Who would give a toss if anyone left after that for 2 years?
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't really. I would be a bit cheesed off if Van der Ven went, but
yeah.
he hasn't. He's staying for at least another season anyway or two.
Well, he's
So
just signed. Is it a 5-year contract or something? He signed.
yeah, it does. It just if he does decide to leave, it's the same thing as what we were saying yesterday. He's got his new contract. I know he said he loves Spurs and everything else, and that's great. Yeah, but it just covers him and it covers Spurs. He's earning the money now.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll have a release fee or something put in his contract, and it just depends if someone comes in to break his release fee. I suppose. I don't know, mate.
with a new
But
contract in this skyrocket, is like up. If teams did want him, it's just sort of doubled the asking price, isn't it? You
there
know
you
what I
go.
mean?
Yeah, there you go. People want, and that's how it should be, Mark. If people want our players, they should have to put their hand in their pocket
Well,
at the
yeah.
end of the day, because we're being asked to, because people know we've got it. So let's make them put their hands in their pockets if
Only
they
for
want
some
it
of
as
them.
well.
Only for
Yeah, for
some.
some of them.
Only for
Yeah,
some of
yeah,
the players. Some of them I'd
yeah,
give them away. Have a
yeah,
club
yeah.
boots up. Because
I get that, mate.
there's no doubt we got to get bods out the door.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm with you, mate. I am with you. We've got to sell or get out of the club at least 4 non-homegrown.
Yeah.
At least 4. Balogun counts as homegrown, I think, even though he's American.
Yeah,
He was at
yeah.
Arsenal and all
Yeah,
that, wasn't he?
yeah,
He might be homegrown. I'm pretty sure he is, but that doesn't help the non-homegrown department because as it stands, there's like I said, there's 4 players at the moment that ain't getting a squad number
yeah.
out
But
of
there
the
we go.
non-homegrown. So there's got to be 4 at least that move on before you
Well,
can get one in.
well, to be honest, mate, if we're gonna, if big if we're gonna sign some forward players, you probably want 5 or 6 out the door to free up
Probably.
squad numbers.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, probably.
So
Don't get me wrong; they can still buy the players. Yeah, but if the non-homegrown numbers are over, yeah, there's going to be people or a person or whatever, however many's left afterwards that won't get a squad number.
yeah, what's the point in keeping them around?
Why be a footballer and do that? You want to play football, didn't you?
Well,
So
to
if
be
the
honest,
manager
what's the
comes,
point?
go
From
on,
the player's
go on.
point of view, yes, but from the club's point of view, what's the point in keeping them
What's
and
the
paying
point?
them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You just want to
You
give
know,
them
you got
away, mate.
like Danny says, you got to cut your cloth accordingly, unfortunately,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
to get some players out, you're going to have to bite the bullet on it and take the hit. And we have to move on from it. Unfortunately, we do. It's been a not very good time over the past few years for Spurs, apart from the Europa League. But in the league, it hasn't been too good over the last couple of years, and
Too
it's
good,
got to
mate.
change.
Jesus Christ.
It's got to change. It's got to
Yeah, oh
change.
God, yeah.
You know, it just is what it is. Let's say a few hellos.
Yeah.
Kate's in. Let me just
There
see. Let me get rid of that a minute. What time was that? 7:09 this morning.
7:09.
Miss Rixon was in the house. Good morning, Mark and Sheriff. My handsome chaps, as usual, from Kate.
I think you need
both
to
are
go to
well.
Specsavers.
Oh, what?
I think she needs to go to Specsavers, mate.
Well, yeah, I do as well. But
Handsome chaps.
them lenses are a bit thick, Kate. If you think we're
Yeah.
handsome, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
But hope you're both well. Great show last night. Really enjoyed it,
Thank
Kate.
you.
Again, really enjoyed it. It was really, really good. I'm turning for the cuddle, Kate. I'm turning for the squeeze.
Yes.
Here we go. Arms out. And squeeze. There we go, Kate.
Yeah.
Good morning to you. Hope
Yeah,
you're well this
morning.
morning. Big up to Kate Brixham. Always
Yeah.
in the house. Logan's in. Big up, Logan.
Big up,
Yes,
mate.
absolutely. It's going to be a warm one today, Logan.
Yes.
So anyone who's out and about, make sure you got a couple of bottles of water in your handbag or in your kids' nappy bag or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone's got plenty of water or some sort of drink, if you know what I mean. Big up to you, mate. And Kate's come back in with a weather forecast for Sheffield. It's 15 degrees at the moment with an orange warning of 30 degrees.
Well, at more or less 9:45
Yeah.
in the morning,
Hmm.
24 is saying on my laptop the current temperature where I am.
It's warm out there. There's no
It
doubt
doesn't
about it.
say the high though. I think it's
Well,
meant to get to about 28 or something.
yeah. Well, Kate's giving us a 30 in Sheffield. So
Yeah, well, there you go.
it's going to be warm up my way today as well then. Uh, Morning to Lee. Hope you're well, Lee. And big
Big
up to
up,
Stu
Lee.
as well. Hope you're
Yeah,
both well.
big up your dad as well.
Yeah. Aussie Angie's in. Hello, all. Who's preparing for the solar eclipse?
Yes, I mentioned this last night.
There you go. News just in. Paul Pogba is expected to be released by Monaco. He's 33, but will be free. I definitely think it's worth getting him for the cup games.
Oh, wow. Well,
Could be
now,
a double hit, Balogun and Pogba from
now,
Monaco.
I believe, am I right in saying he's got a terrible attitude?
It has been known. Very good
Yeah.
footballer, but it
I was
has
going to say, I
been known,
wasn't sure
Sheriff.
whether I was confusing things, that's unlike me, obviously, and getting it wrong again,
Yeah.
and just generally not remembering stuff. But I'm sure his
Yeah.
attitude stinks, doesn't it? Or it's
Yeah.
been widely reported.
Again, he's another one. When he's on it, he's very good.
Yes.
And when he's not on it and he wants to cause disruption, he can be a right wipe. That's
Yeah.
all I can say. I won't put
Yeah.
the first bit
I
in
was going to
first.
say, yeah, you're true what you said. When he's on
Yeah,
top of his form, he's brilliant.
yeah.
But if he gets a bit, the toys do come out the pram rather a
Oh
lot.
yes.
So
Oh
I
yes. Yeah.
read, heard, yeah. And then there's, we don't need bad eggs like that in the dressing room.
There you go. Good shout though, Aussie Ange. Very
Yeah.
skillful footballer, to be fair, but I can't see him and De Zerbi. It might be all right at the start. Do you know what I mean? But once he starts getting him to, can you do this? Can you do that? I want you to do this. I want you to do that. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
He's a bit of a free spirit, our Paul Pogba. I
And
think that's the
yeah.
way to put it.
And to be honest, not at 33 years old either.
No, not really, but yeah. Scotty Calvert's in. Morning, boys. Any news on the merry-go-round? That he's told him only that Jed Spence out is getting closer. And it'll be interesting to see what people in the chat think. If Jed Spence is to leave, what the thoughts are of the fans.
It's quite split, isn't it, on Jed?
It seems to be. It
Yeah.
seems to be.
Yeah, the consensus of opinion when you're like going through the chat. To be honest, I'm not really that bothered. Because let's face it, he's coming. He was meant to be a right back.
Yeah.
He can't nail that position down.
Yeah.
They've tried him at left back. Some say he's better on the left, and he ain't really nailed that down. What the hell does he do? All right, he made a hell of a tackle for England in the World Cup.
Yeah, I get all that. But listen, the problem is at Spurs is that we can't have people. We haven't got many crossers of the ball anyway, as such. We've got a Pedro Porro, a James Maddison. Matisse Tell can't cross the ball for shit.
Kudos could, wouldn't he? But he's crocked.
Kudos could cross the ball, yeah, that's fair enough. Matisse Tell's got better, don't get me wrong, but he's nowhere near there yet. Nowhere near there. And we need people that can get down the line with their left boot and get the ball in without stopping, checking, coming back, giving it to someone who can put it in. Do you know what I mean? So I've got no dispute that Jed Spence is a very good defender, one-on-one. is attacking his game as such, and especially when he's over on the left-hand side. He can't cross the ball.
To be honest,
So,
Jed Spence, if you could get a mixture between Porro and Spence, you got the ideal defender.
well, that was the
Porro's
next
very good going the other way,
Yeah.
but Jed is better when it comes our way.
So how would you go then if I said to you, put Spence at right back, in a 4, and then have Porro on the right in midfield, on the right-hand side?
Now, there's been a lot of let's face it, Porro was brought as a wing back anyway.
Yeah.
So his job is to gallop on up the line and get the ball in.
Mm.
And you look at the way Spain play. Spain got him. Well, he is with Galactico bloody players in the Spain team, but he was on fire for Spain, mate. Absolutely. I'm not saying we got the caliber of player that Spain have got, obviously, but I mean, put it this way: our right wing options at the moment are very limited.
You could say that.
Well, that's being kind.
Yeah.
So I'd be half tempted to give that a whirl. I would be, because Porro obviously he's better going forwards than he is defending. Porro's, how many times have we seen Porro sat on his backside? A quick defender has come in, boom, he's sat down. He's not that good at defend. He's all right, but he's not the best right back I've seen at the club, obviously.
Yeah, I get it.
He's better going forward.
Yeah. Well, it's a shout anyway, isn't it? Especially with our problems on the right-hand side at the moment.
To be honest, I believe, well, if Kudos and that don't get fit, I believe we might be forced to do it, because it's kind of youngsters, isn't it? Who'd you say? A J or something?
Yeah, a J, Mikey Moore.
Cut the young
Listen, look, Spain have obviously got it worked out.
Yeah.
Right? They know how to cover him when he goes forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what Tottenham have got to work out.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be a good start if they did move him up slightly to have Jed Spence behind him, because we know Jed can defend.
Yeah.
Right? That's just that's his game. Jed's game is defending. Porro's game is going forward. That's what their best attributes are of both the players. Right? So why not? If you're going to play a 4 at the back, play Spence and play Porro further up. Just, see what happens.
It's worth thinking about with the lack of options that we have.
Yeah. But then again, a few games in, we might have a few back, and then he puts Porro back or plays a 3 at the back, for argument's sake, and then Spence don't get in. Do you know what I mean? He may not get in, and then he's going to get the arse again because he's not playing every week.
Yeah.
So, it's for them to sort out upstairs. It's for them to deal with it. And if the manager don't feel that he needs him, he'll go out the door, won't he? It's as simple as that, really. But we'll see again.
Now, if you hear noises, mate, just tell me someone next door is making a bloody racket.
I can hear. Yeah, it's all right. It's not as bad as matey going past on his whatever bike it is. But it's all right, mate. You're all right. Big up to Wembers. Morning to you, YouTube member. The current lack of activity in the market surely coincides with Langer taking a more leading role. Get him out. I don't even know why he's still here, mate. I don't even know why he's still here. We can do better than Langer. We can do better than him. But him and Vinay are in control, apparently. Well, De Zerbi's in control, and he'll give the players that he likes to Lang and Vinay, and they'll say, yeah, we can have a go at it, or no, we can't. So it is what it is. They've got to pull their finger out, them two. They've got to start getting players signed and players out the door. If it's them two that are dealing with it. Obviously, Mawson's the one dealing with the contracts as well, who's coming from City. So, yeah, I think it's just going to be a bit of a nail biter over the next couple of weeks. We might get a forward in this week. We might do. Who knows, right? But I've said it before. For me, we need 5. And I can't see us getting 5 in. right? And again, we've got 6 in already. I'm saying 5. That's a team. That's 11. That'd be 11 in. I don't know if people think that is achievable with 19 days to go, because the way I'm looking at it is Tell on the left, Richie up front, no number 10. Yeah. Solanke's injured, and at the moment, no right winger either. Right. So that's where I am with it. Mark's got something flying over and he don't know what it is. Thank you, darling. See, keeps me awake in the morning. Happy days. Big up, Wembers. Hope you're well, mate. And listen, those two are in charge, Wembers, whether we like it or not, right? And you're coming to see now that we've done work early on, but after 5 weeks since Tonali, whether they're working in the background or not to get a striker, which I'm sure they are, yeah. But to me, they've left it too late. They've left it too late. We're struggling now. Yeah, there's going to be movement. And this is the other thing that winds me up, Mark, when I'm hearing, well, let's wait for Liverpool to sign Barcola, then Gakpo's free. Let's wait for Savinio because they need to get someone else in. Do you know what I mean? No, bollocks to that. We've got the dough. Yeah, go and get them. Go and get them. If they want to come, at least you get a yes or a no. Do you know what I mean? And you can move on. Go on, Mark. Still got a lot of noise. Right, okay, it's all right, no worries. Big up to Flick. You just click in when you want to, Mark, if the sound goes better for you. Big up to Flicks this morning. Hope you're well. Pete Chambers is in. Big up to Pete. Morning. Big up to Sheriff Open Chat. Good day. We're open, so Pete. Big up to you. Payne is in. May the force be with you too, Lee. Well as always. Marianne's in. Good morning, guys. Well, God morning, guys. There you go. We'll take that. In the chat, hope you're all well. Big up to you, Marianne. Hope you are doing really, really well today on this sunny day. Jim is in. Big up, Jim. Big up, guys, and chat. Good morning from a warm Lake District. And as Jimmy said, he was like number 10. If you haven't liked the stream, because we'll get onto the football again in a minute. If you haven't liked the stream, please do. Let's we don't set a 50 thing now. We've got that massive, thanks to you lot. We want 100 likes every stream. So hit the like button, hit the sub button. We're 30 away from 1450. There you go.
Finally, mate. Now you know what I got to put up with when I'm on nights.
Well, yeah.
This is what I got to put up with when I'm on nights and I've had 4 hours sleep.
I'll tell you what, Mark. I'd rather put up with that noise than you've got there than the last 3 years of these smackheads upstairs, right? That have been kicked out. They've moved another lot in, yeah, and they're smackheads too. Right, moving furniture across the fucking thing from 12:30 last night till 6 o'clock this morning. Do you know what I mean? Need a kick in the nuts, mate. And it's getting close. You know what I'm like. I'll go up there and bang on the door, mate. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Know this. Are you a bit fiery, are you?
A bit fiery.
No, I was just asking a question. I didn't realise you were so fiery, man.
It has been known. It has been known.
Once or twice.
Yeah. Morning to Drula. Hope you're well, Drula, this morning.
Big up.
Big up to you. Big up to my man, Delhi. Delhi's in the house. What are we doing selling Jed? Delhi says, mate, I'm at the point, Delhi, where I don't care who gets sold.
Yeah.
Right? If he don't want him or he's giving vibes off, I want first team football, and he's not prepared to give it to him, move him on. There's teams that build squads, Arsenal, Man City, and there's players of very good quality that know they're probably not going to play every week, right? But they want to be associated with a team that goes and win things.
Especially a winning team.
Right? And if he doesn't want to be here and he doesn't want to be part of that squad and he doesn't want to improve himself and he doesn't want to push himself to be the number one, yeah, then go, Delhi. That's where I am with it. I don't. I'm not disputing he's not a decent player, Delhi, at all, right? But he's coming out and saying, "I want first team football, and if you're not going to give it to me, I'll go and find it elsewhere." Right? Spencer's saying that. Bergvall said it as well. So if they don't want to stay, they don't want to stay. We want players that want to play for Tottenham, that want to win things at Tottenham, Delhi.
Yeah.
But that's where I am at the moment. I may be a bit older than you, mate, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I might not be here tomorrow. I might not be here the next day. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, come on, lads, pull your finger out, Enoch. Let's get it going. And that's just where I am with it. It don't mean I'm right, Delhi, by the way. It doesn't mean I'm right.
The thing I'll say on Jed, if he does go, as long as we bring someone in who's an upgrade, you know what I mean? Because let's face it, he's easily upgradable in my opinion.
Listen,
like I said,
he's a good player.
He come in as a right back. He never nailed that place down because Porro's got it. They played him on the left. He's never nailed that down because basically he hasn't got a left foot. And so he just gets it down the line, checks back, normally passes it back to Polina or someone like that, wasn't it, last year?
Yeah.
But I have no affinity with any of the players. Van der Ven, I'd be pissed off if we sold him. And maybe, I think that's about it, mate. I'm just trying to think of anybody else.
The trouble is, Mark, I think, is that I think it's really difficult because there's no doubt he's got a bit of ability, right? Mm-hmm. There is no doubt.
I'm not saying he hasn't.
And I think the problem is, right, that he has been included for 2 seasons and has been part of shite teams.
Oh,
right,
Christ.
as in Tottenham for the last 2 years, right? Now, perhaps he thinks that the level of player at Tottenham is to his liking. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah. Mate, I just, for me, if he's not 100% all in, and that goes for any player, if they're not 100% all in, I don't really want them. And if that sounds snobbish, I'm not being snobbish. I just want players that want to play for Spurs and do their best for Spurs. And if he's one of them that don't want to do that, then if they get 30 million for him, whatever it is, take the money, reinvest it.
Yeah. Put it this way. After the crap that we've seen for the last couple of years at least, right, I've got no affiliation really to anyone at the club. And to be honest, I know we keep going on about the board and whatever, but really, let's face it, Nige said it on one of his videos. Big up, Nige. I did see you in the chat.
Yeah, morning, Nige.
Nige said it on one of his videos. I just want to fall in love with Tottenham again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Look forward to when they're playing.
Yeah. And big up, Joey, by the way. Big up, Joe. Yeah, I know what you mean, mate. I know what you mean. Phil's in. Big up, Phil. He says, Fabrizio played down the Balogun rumours with Spurs last night.
Well,
we'll see.
I don't believe nothing. I don't believe nothing.
Listen,
anyone's saying.
Romano's on YouTube every day, right? Probably about 5 times a day, updating. Yeah, but Barcola's been going to Liverpool on YouTube for the last 6 weeks. So according to Romano, do you know what I mean? Every day for 6 weeks. Barcola on YouTube with a Liverpool shirt on.
Do you keep an eye on what he says on YouTube?
On YouTube, yeah, because it comes up on my thing. Yeah, I subscribe to him just to see what he's been saying. And
does he ever conflict information? Does he say one thing one day and then something else the next?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, say for argument's sake, 6 weeks ago, Barcola to Liverpool, and with him with a red shirt on. Then the next day, Barcola to Liverpool, but the clubs are quite far apart. Then the next day, Yeah, that's what I mean,
Yeah.
and so on, and
All
it
it,
just keeps getting moved a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Different words.
yeah, yeah. And this
There
is
you
why
go.
I take no notice of anything I read. I don't really look at social media, but I really take no notice of anything I see on whatever site I look at.
Mm.
Because, I mean, let's face it, anyone can put, like, oh, we're linked with X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nobody knows. Nobody
No,
knows.
nobody
And
knows.
it's like I said, these so called ITKs, you chuck crap at the wall, mate, and one bit of it sticks and the rest bounces off and lands on the floor. That's
Mm.
all they're interested in. Oh, I told you first about this.
Yeah,
About the
yeah,
pile of crap on the floor,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, that you didn't get right.
Yeah, I know, mate. World Under's in. He says hearing Viv's been tampering with the sheriff's equipment. Uh, Maybe. World Under. Morning to you, by the way. Big up to
He
you.
always makes me laugh.
Edel
But
fans in from a sunny Hamburg
the
this
sun's out.
morning in
Big up.
Germany. Big up
Sun's
to
out.
you, Edel.
The
Hope
sky
you're
is
well.
blue. Yeah.
Jane's in. Morning, Jane. Hope you're
Big
well.
up.
And it certainly is going to be a warm one. Big up to you, Jane.
It is.
Rodders is
Big up,
in. Big up,
brothers.
Rodders. Hope you're well, mate. Big up to you. Tom Kingham's in. Big up,
Big up.
Tom. Hope
Big
you're
up.
well
Good
this
morning.
morning. And Phil's saying, set expectations a little lower. We aren't the team some fans think we are right now.
I agree with that, to be honest.
There you go. And even
I
though
do
we're
agree
not, I
with
still
that.
want the best players. I still
Well,
want the best players.
exactly.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
I've
I
got
get you, know, Phil. I get you.
I've got very high expectations for Tottenham. I always have. But to me, they've got to build themselves back to that. You know what I mean? So we can really attract the superstars. Because
Yeah, yeah,
apparently money's no object.
yeah, yeah. And just going back to this, Delhi. Yeah, everyone's has an opinion, whether
Oh
it's
yeah.
right, whether it's wrong, whatever it is. Yeah, everyone sees things differently, and that's all it is at the end of the day. Yeah,
Opinions
that's all it is.
opinions are like a certain body part that we won't mention
Well,
at
yeah, of
10
course.
in the morning. Everyone's got one.
Ollie's coming with his. Balogun is an upgrade to Solanke. He's a forward playing attacker who defenders hate playing against. Fair play, Ollie. Fair play. He's just, like I said, he's just not my cup of tea, personally. He's not my cup of tea.
And
If
he's
he
not
comes in and bangs in 20 goals a season, he will be my cup of tea. Do you know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah. To be honest, I've never really seen a lot of him. You know what I
Seen
mean?
bits and
He's not
pieces
a
of him.
name. He's not a name that if he walked in a door, you'd go, wow.
There is that. There
You
is
know,
that.
he
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
is a very good player. And
Yeah,
let's face
well,
it, if we're doing a watch along and he bangs a goal in, we're gonna cheer.
put it this way, what I will say is Solanke's injured, yeah, and if it was Richarlison or Balogun, I know which one I would pick out of the two. To try and score you a goal anyway that you haven't got to think about, if you know what I mean. So if Balogun comes in, he's got to play, isn't he? It's as simple as that, really. And whoever comes in, they've probably got to play because they are meant to be upgrades on what we've got.
Yeah.
So, Ollie, whoever it is, it is. If Balogun comes in, if Torres came in, if Mikoadze came in, if Noosa came in, whoever it is, we get behind them, mate.
Oh,
Just because we sit here and say, well, he's not for us, that's just our opinion, same as you're
yeah.
writing your opinion on the screen. And I've got respect for everyone's opinion at the end of the day.
But to be
You know?
honest, if he came in and on his debut scored a goal, me and you would be going mad. We'd be jumping
Of
up and
course.
celebrating.
Of course, yeah.
I
Of course I
celebrate
would
any
be.
Tottenham player.
Yeah.
There's certain players that, you know, it's like, as I said 10 minutes ago, whatever it was, I'm up for selling anybody in the team.
Yeah, I'm with
There's
you.
not
I'm
one
with you,
player in
mate.
the me Van der Ven. But he's not being sold anyway. He's just signed a new contract. But any of the rest of them, even people like Matters, never fit, made of sugar glass. See you later. You're not reliable enough.
Yeah, Yeah, I know what you're saying, Mark. I know what you're
Yeah.
saying. The link's in the chat for anyone
Oh, here
that
we
would
go.
like to pop on. You're more than welcome. Edel talking to Kate, sorry. Joey says contracts mean very little. They do nowadays, don't they? They don't mean like almost like what they seem to mean years ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Play,
Yeah.
play. Look, if clubs come in with better offers, as Joey will probably tell you, better better wages, and the club is making a profit, they're going to go.
Yeah.
Unless the player says no, obviously. But if the player's interested and all parties are up for it, he's going to move. That's just the nature of the beast, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot. A lot of it is about money now, and Joey is right because there's very few players now, or it seems like there's very few players now that when they're given a 5-year contract or a 6-year contract or whatever it is that they do the biz or at least get better in that
Yeah.
time. Do you know what I mean? And I just think, what's the word, Mark? Um, Not affiliation. I just think players, when they come in, sometimes it's just about the money and not about
Yeah.
winning
Well,
stuff.
we'll put it this way. Put it this way, right? You don't see the players these days like a Ledley King, a one club pro. You don't do.
It's very
Because
rare nowadays, Mark,
unless
isn't
you're
it?
actually unless you're actually from that country where you're playing,
Yeah,
and or and they are your team from a kid, you're not going to love the team, are you? You're going to love the money, and that's it, and that's all it boils down to at the end.
yeah.
You're just going to love getting paid every month or every week, whatever they get.
Yep, it is what it is. Wembers is pulling all sorts of funny faces there with Paul. I'll just read it out. Wembers, what comes in? Listen, like I said, Paul Pogba is a very good player, but he's got there's a brick missing somewhere. That's all I can say. Uh, Joey says people at work keep asking me if I'm watching the eclipse. They get offended when I mention it's in the middle of my evening alone time, so I'll be watching a different type of moon. Big up, Joe.
Yeah, Joey.
There we go. I don't even think it's about. I don't even think it's about the price. Multi-channel. I think we've got the money to go and do it. It's about whether they want to put the money down for the wages and the
Yeah,
signing on
and
fee and
it's the signing on fee that's going to be a
yeah,
bit
all
because
that
he's on
stuff.
mega bucks, isn't he?
But they can make it so he's on, for argument's sake, 300 grand a week with a 20 million signing on bonus and goal bonus and this bonus and that bonus, and it takes him back to where he was in Turkey or ish. So
Mm.
we'll see, we'll see. Morning, Rain. How are you,
Yeah,
mate?
right.
Nice to see you.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Yeah, we're
All
doing
is
all
good.
right, man. We're doing all right. We're bobbing along, singing a song, as they say, Rain. Very quiet on the Western Front today again. Well, I know we're only early in the morning, but another day closer to the window coming to a close. Another day closer to facing Brentford in the first game of the season. And still, we're not getting much news, Rain. Where are you at with it, mate?
I mean, it's getting to the point where we're going to have to start, what we've got is what we've got, and doing doing a squad select, a team
Yeah.
selector, and just like this is what we've got, and this is what he's going to have to play. Even if we get somebody in, middle of next week,
Yeah.
are they going to play straight away against Brentford? Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah,
It's a bit harsh
Mm.
to just drop them straight in.
The game Saturday will be a great indicator of the lineup against Brentford.
You would have thought so, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Is everyone back now?
Yeah. I mean, they've got to be, haven't they?
I would have
They've got
thought
to
so.
be.
Yeah. I would have put. You know what, the World Cup knackers everything up, though, Rain, doesn't it? As far as recovery is concerned and all that sort of stuff. But I would like to think they're all back anyway. And I think Mark's right. There's got to be some stage in pre-season that he plays what he feels is his best available team. Would you not think that, or close to it anyway?
I mean, it's bonkers, isn't it? We've gone from like, not even when I was growing up, like, not that it doesn't feel that long ago that we were talking about players needing games to be match fit,
Yeah,
and now we're at the point where, like, match fitness is irrelevant. It's they've got to be completely rested. That's now the thing.
yeah,
So, I mean, in our world, they have to play this weekend if they're going to be up to speed to play the next weekend. But
yeah.
I think in, like, new weird football world, some of them might get rested. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like you take common sense and just chuck it out the window, isn't it?
Yeah,
With
yeah,
some of these
yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's not what you would call a dream pre-season as such, is it? Get them all in,
No.
get them on the field, and get them playing with each other. It seems a bit mad, but
But I will say you get this every couple of years with Euros or a World Cup thrown
mm,
in there for good measure.
mm,
You know,
yeah.
I mean,
Um,
personally, especially the World Cup now, 48 teams in it this time.
mm,
Next time they're on about 64, aren't they?
yeah,
Anything will go on for about 3 months.
it's madness, mate. It's madness.
It's
But
just
there you
you
go.
know what it is. It's all about the watch.
Same
All
old.
about the longer.
The Stoic spinning, big up to the Stoic. He says Spurs are demanding 36 million for Spence with bonuses. The club has a meeting arranged with Inter for today, Wednesday. Morning, Ellie. I'll ask both of you
Morning.
two actually. While
Oh,
Ellie's
good
setting
enough.
up, Rain, if you want to go first.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Rain, on if Spence does go? Would you be gutted?
I was on a couple of shows yesterday, including Benji's.
Yeah, big him up.
Big up
That was a
Benji
great
last
show.
night. Great show
He
last
smashed
night,
it
by
out
the
of the
way.
park.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the raid, guys.
Oh,
And,
yeah, always, man.
he's
Always.
a top bloke.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. Yeah, absolutely is. Yeah.
And I'm very clear that I'm kind of got a foot in two camps. I've got the first foot is I don't really care about Spence. I'm with Sheriff. I don't care about Spence. I don't think he's brilliant. Yes, he does certain things very, very well, right? But then he does other things either not very well or not at all, like crossing the ball. Doesn't cross the ball, right?
Mm.
And which Porro does. I think if you put Porro and Spence together, you get almost a complete fullback. By the way, you could like mash them together, right? In some kind of what was that? The Fly, that machine. Then you get like a complete fullback. So I don't really care about Spence.
No, do I.
On the one hand, if we sold him, it really wouldn't bother me. However, I've been banging on about it for I've been banging on about it for 5 weeks, and I've been told, calm down, it's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And we got closer and closer. We're getting closer and closer and closer, right? And it's just not. I don't think it's a problem that we need to solve. If we sell him, then we've got to replace him. It's like you're on site, right? And you've
Yeah.
got a van that is working. You know that it's going to need a lot of work for its MOT when it comes up in 6 months.
Yeah.
But you're on site on a job, right? Just just deal with the van in 6 months. Do you know what I mean? If you sell it now, you have to go and get a replacement. You have to make sure you have to do all of that kind of stuff. But when actually you just want to be on site right now, and that's the way I feel with Jed Spence. It's a problem we don't need to solve. If we sell him, we have to get another right back.
Yeah.
Unless this kind, unless Deserby's got it in his head that this Kyle Maton is gonna, is gonna be right back. But I don't think any of us are really comfortable with that. So that's where I am. I don't care if we sell him for his qualities. I do care if we sell him if it's going to stop us getting forwards because we now have to go and get it right back.
Yeah. Fair play.
Yeah,
Right.
and to me, and what I said earlier, Rain, is he's not that hard to upgrade on, in my opinion. He's not one of them. Oh, if we lose him, that's the best player gone. It's going to be impossible to upgrade on him. There's plenty of better players if you look hard enough. That's only my opinion.
Okay.
Go on, Ellie. I'm
chomping at the bit to get at these two fellas, right? First and foremost, right, I agree with Rain about merging Porro and Spence because you've got Porro who can't defend brilliantly and you've got Spence who's a very capable defender.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right? So I agree with you on that part. With Spence, if somebody could get him to be... What we've done, we've messed him about, right? Because we're playing him on the left because Porro's on the right and we don't think he's as good as Porro going forward, right? But they notice that he's better at defending than him. And what you'll find, when Spence is on the left, he's got a check. So when he doesn't cross, I understand it because he has to check onto his right foot. What they should really do with Spence is work on his left foot because if they're going to play him there more often, but now they've bought Andy Robertson, he's a little bit surplus to requirements in a way because even if we lose him, we've got Andy Robertson, right? We've got Udogie, whoever they choose to play in that position. Yeah. And then Ben Davies is the last resort. He's like the last man standing, isn't he? If we need to draft him in, either at a centre-back, if we have a problem there, or left-back, if we have a problem there, right? Yeah. But I actually like Spence as a player if he's played in the right way. So when I've seen him on the right, I agree with Rain as well. He doesn't always do the best decision. But who does at our club, apart from Porro going forward, he makes better decisions. He doesn't make the best decision. He makes much better decisions because his crossing can be on point. When I compare Spence to Porro, right, me personally, I would play Spence as right back and have Porro more forward. But they're not going to do that, right? They're not going to do that. So it's besides the point. But I like Spence because it gives you an option, another option. And it's nice to have... Oh, sorry, my thing fell. Am I still with you?
Yeah, you're there.
Sorry. Yeah, I'll hold it because it's a bit unstable. Right, so I think as a squad player, which he has been, he's only been first choice for a little while, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So I like to keep him. Right, and keep him at least till January until we sort out a better one. Because there are better players, and I do agree with you, Sheriff, that there are better options than Jed Spence. More consistent and better at defending even and going forward. There are better options. Don't tell me to give you names because
he's not unupgradable, is he?
He's upgradable, but I do like him because he's got attributes in his game that I like. Yeah, but then he's got attributes that I don't like.
I'm not saying I don't like him, but it wouldn't bother me if they sold him.
I do get that, and probably I'm the same, but I do like him when he's on it, right, and he's playing really well. But then Jed Spence is a complicated character sometimes. You don't know what you're going to get. He's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, like Forrest Gump, yeah? and he can be inconsistent. So, but when he's on it and he's playing well, I don't think there's a better right back in the league. That's my opinion, because he can perform really, really well, but then he drops off, and you
And
can't
again,
have that. You can't have
and,
that.
and again, there's
Yeah,
always been questions about his attitude.
yeah. That's why he doesn't get a first team spot sealed in,
Yeah,
because of that. Yeah, and I don't feel for the player, because it's up to him to buck up his ideas.
of course it is.
Yeah, and actually be consistent and put in 7 and 8 performances and a couple of 9s. Never go below a 6. That's what I say. Never go below a 6, because then you're just average.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you, Elio. I understand what you're saying about it. I don't let. I got to say, if you want to improve as a team and a squad, I don't think anyone's unreplaceable. You'll get
Of
your
course it is.
special maverick player in your team, maybe, that you think, God, I hope he stays here for the next 8 years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But generally, you know, they're not unreplaceable. If you want to have a better squad and a better team, there's better players out there than most of the players that we've got in our team now, if not all of them, right?
Yeah.
But getting back to Jed Spence, just my little ditty on it was that I thought that he'd done really well at Spurs until he got his England call up.
Yeah.
And then when he got his England call up, it
Yeah.
all went tits up again for him.
Yeah. It's
Do you know
like
what
he's
I
I'm a
mean?
big I am, isn't he?
And that's like you said, Eddie. It's like, attitude problems maybe, still, who knows? We're not in there. And he can perform. There's no doubt he can perform. But I'm just one of them. I don't want a right-footed player, or I don't want someone that hasn't got a left foot out on the left-hand side, regularly. It just knackers us going forward down that side when he's in there. But look, he's a decent player, but he's not unreplaceable for me. It's just what I think at the end of the day. It's just my opinion. So getting back to buying players.
No. Big up
Mark,
Steve
I'm
as
sorry.
well.
Oh,
Big up.
yeah. Sorry, Steve. It's been up there for so long. Sorry, mate. Big up to Steve. 5 months he's been a member. Big up to you, Steve. We
Big up,
appreciate
mate.
you. He's just put, thanks for having me on the show, lad. Steve, as always, you're more than welcome. If the link goes in the chat, you're almost welcome. You're always welcome to jump on, mate.
You're the first
Same
one
as
I
anyone
expect to
is.
appear.
Yeah. We have little bets in the background now. Who's coming on first?
Yeah.
And Sheriff normally does pick you, Steve, by the way. So there you go. There you go. Big up, Steve. Thank you very much, mate. Sniper's Dreams coming. He said, right, some football economics. Don't shoot the messenger. More players in, more money required for salaries, more tours in Asia, Australia, more 110. I think they're 135 now, Sniper, aren't they? Or is that the elite one? I don't know. More increases in ticket prices. Rain, where are you at with Sniper's comment there? He's even got Rain thinking now. Snipers, he's normally
while Rain's thinking, I will say they can't increase the tickets much more because we already pay the most.
Well, there is that.
So unless they're really going to take the piss,
yeah,
and put them up a darn sight more than anybody else. Is that you on twice, Ellie?
Yeah, can you remove the black screen, Mark? Is that all right?
Oh, I think I removed the wrong one.
Oh, well.
I don't know. It moved about. Oh, they've both gone black.
Oh, right. If you knock that one off that's on, and then she can come back in again as normal. That's it. Thank you. Rain, Rain or Mark, anyone want to make any comment on this?
Who was it? Snipers. Oh, there we go.
Here we go. Snipers. Okay. Yeah. Economically, really, isn't it?
More players in. More players in. More money required for salaries. More sources.
Ellie, any comment on this? I'm a bit confused by it, to be honest with you. I'll be honest to tell you.
Are you saying Sniper's Dream that all of this inevitably is going to increase ticket prices? Is that what you're saying? And commercialization. I don't think it has to. I think what they're currently doing is just bringing expenses up to an acceptable level of outgoings compared to income. So
let's face it, we were on 42% or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of the other Premier League teams are on like 70s and 80s, wasn't
it? Yeah.
So there is some economics that people need to understand. So when they were talking about a bigger stadium and all this and that, and no one was talking about the fact that a bigger stadium means more operational expenses, more maintenance. If the stadium's twice as big, you need 2 times the number of cleaners, right? It's 101, right? It's really obvious. And if you've got all of these eateries, they all need to be staffed. It's not just all of a sudden we're making twice the income, therefore we make twice the profit. It doesn't work like that. But I think we've been underspending compared to our income for quite a while. We don't really make a profit regularly. I think we've made a profit a couple of years, but we're not. We're not the worst. We spend quite low as in comparison to other clubs. So I mean, let's face it, prices going up is inevitable, right? It's like Thanos. It is inevitable. It's like death. Used to be death and taxes are the only inevitable things in life, but now I think you can add increased prices or what was the other one where the prices stay the same and your Mars bar all of a sudden becomes fun size.
Yeah.
As a Tottenham fan, there's 3 things in life: death, taxes, and getting beat by Chelsea. That's the 3 things in life.
Well, sorry. Carry on, Rain, or had you finished? Sorry, mate.
Yeah. So if you're saying that all of this spending is going to inevitably, lead to them putting prices and stuff up, maybe it will, but I think they're definitely reaching a point, and we saw it in the stadium last year, and I see it with my season ticket. My season ticket neighbours, quite a lot of whom have upped and gone, and quite a few of whom were saying if we'd got relegated last season, they weren't going to renew. So I'm not sure that there's much elasticity left in the prices at Tottenham Hotspur.
No, but it can't put them up anymore, surely. Yeah. We pay the highest anyway. Or we're certainly up there. We're certainly in the top couple of % for ticket prices.
Yeah, we're way up there. Ticket
I always thought we were the most expensive, but
some say we are, some say that we're not. Some say Arsenal are more expensive than us, or some of their tickets are more expensive than us. But I haven't seen a rundown of it. Good luck at the osteopath, Dan. By the way, go on, Rain.
I mean, I know that. I think it's about ranges, isn't it? So like, the most expensive ticket in the Premier League, I think, is in Fulham. I think. But if you just sort of take out sort of the ranges and averages and all that kind of stuff, then we must be the most expensive. We must be.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what I pay, and
Yeah.
I've got the second cheapest adult ticket in the ground. The cheapest adult ticket, by the way, is my season ticket neighbour, because there's like an invisible line between us, and I'm in block. I can't remember what block I'm in. I'm in like block 100, and he's in block 101.
Yeah, yeah.
And for some reason, this invisible line means that he pays about 50 quid less than I do.
I thought you were in the West Stand, Rain.
No, I'm in the north.
Oh, North Stand.
Yeah, I'm in Paxton. Yeah,
He's in the North Stand.
Yeah, Paxton.
Paxton.
There you go.
Where I look, and basically the penalty box, the line for the penalty box goes out just sort of almost directly in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm about 25 rows back. So I see up close all the little battles between the fullbacks and the wingers. That's what I see.
Not the
Very
best
nice.
stand in the world, I will say. The North Stand. That's only my opinion.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, but the thing is, I get to see the South Stand, and I get the South Stand singing at me.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, you can't beat being in the middle of the South Stand, even though the atmosphere's still not what it was like.
That gap should be rocking, mate. When I've gone the two times that I've been last season, I couldn't believe really how quiet that stand was.
Yeah.
You know, that should be banging up there. And I mean for 90 minutes, do you know what I mean? And it just don't. You get all the row walking in of everyone up on the top there when you walk into the stadium, into the ground, and they're all up there banging, 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 trying to get songs going. Let's have some of that out there in the arena.
All I gotta say to you, mate, now obviously you'll know this, having been in there far more than I ever did.
Well,
can you imagine if you could get 17,000 that's in the South Stand of the shelf lot in there?
Yeah, a bit of the shelf,
It'd be deafening.
bit of the park
It'd be
lane and all
deafening.
that. Yeah,
it would be deafening.
Yeah, but it was said, wasn't it, that when the ground was built, that it was almost like they was going to try and split the singing up to dull the atmosphere down a little bit, and that's what's happened, isn't it, Mark?
Well, the worst thing that happened is when they built that ground, the first thing, I believe it was Daniel Levy, did is right in the middle of the South Stand, he put a load of corporate seats.
Yeah.
Prawn Sandwich Brigade.
Yeah.
I mean, how the hell you... Because the South Stand was built, it was inspired by the... Is it Dortmund?
Yeah, Dortmund's...
Is it the yellow wall?
Yeah.
That they got over there?
Yeah.
That is what inspired, or they certainly had a look at it, because they wanted because the roof and that is designed to keep the noise in, all the acoustics and that was all sorted. They got the top planners in to design the ground and incorporate the atmosphere. Every time even if, like normally when I go, I am in the South Stand somewhere, it's very underwhelming compared to what I've witnessed at the Old Lane, up the shelf, even the Park Lane back at the old ground, like that used to rock. Absolutely, you could feel the ground moving.
I used to like Park Lane right next to the next to the away fans, and there'd be the banter going backwards and forwards. I was in the West Stand once, and it was so boring. I mean, it was weird. You know, you weren't that far away, mind you. It was West Brom at home on the queue list. That was absolutely like 2015 or 16. I think 2016. I think it was. They sang at one point. They sang, "You must be shite. We've been in your half." You know, they were brilliant. The away fans, those West Brom away fans. You must be shite. We've been in your half. It's so good. But it was I used to love the South Stand. Way back then. I think. Do you know what I think? This is just a theory, conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
I think they believed their own hype when they built the stadium. You know, all the sound was going to be sort of kept in, and so they didn't think it was important to keep like fans together. They thought that if you had 50 here and 30 there, that it was just all going to just sort of mingle in, and they just didn't really think about human nature. It's like, why are the away fans quite often the loudest? It's because you got 2,000 of them concentrated and they're just going at it.
Yeah. The thing that I always think as well is I don't think football is the game that it was years ago when I used to go a lot. Because for a start, for a lot of people, it's just too expensive to go these days.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you've got a choice of feeding yourself and paying your rent or having a day out on the lash up Tottenham, I mean, a lot of people can't do it.
Yeah, true.
You know,
they've priced out the working classes.
Yeah, of course they have. I mean, I can remember going into the old White Hart Lane, standing in the shelf, right? And if you weren't singing and shouting your heart out, people would look at you as though you were mad.
Yeah.
Now, I'll give you an example. I was sat in the south stand at a game, right up the back. I nearly had a heart attack walking up the steps to get to my seat.
I've been there, Sheriff.
I had to have an oxygen mask, everything. I was like altitude sickness. I was right up the back of the shelf of the south stand.
Would you with Phil P that day?
No.
Because he's right at the back.
It is further back than his seats. I was right up the top.
Oh, no.
I was about one row from the back, the highest spot of the south stand.
Yeah.
I stood up. The team's come out, and we'd kicked off. I stood up. I shouted, "Come on, you Spurs!" And people were staring at me as I was an escaped lunatic. I was like, "What were you
was in the right ground, Sheriff, weren't you?
No, me, mate. It would be at the clock end at Arsenal.
Well, yeah. I know what you mean, though. Yeah.
No, but honestly, I was in the south stand. I stood up, shouted at the top of my voice, "Come on, you Spurs!" And people were staring at me as I was mad. And I was like,
that.
And I was like, "What are we doing here?" There was some bloke sat in front of me. He was playing Candy Crush the whole game. I was like, "What is going on here?"
Planning their holidays as well.
Yeah,
I'm really with you, Sheriff, because I go with Phil P occasionally. Right, most times I go on my in 252 to standing because my legs are so bad now I can't do it. Just can't do it.
You remember the day I bumped into you, Ellie, when you was in?
Yes, I was in the nutter stand, I call it.
That it's a bit of fun, but even so, even in that game when I bumped into you, Ellie, there was some bloke sat next to me. He didn't even stand up.
We had a nice cuddle that day, didn't we?
He didn't sing. He didn't stand up. He didn't sing. In the end, I thought, "What the hell are you doing here, fella?"
Sheriff, we had a nice cuddle and we spoke about Spurs, didn't we? And then we went our separate ways. And then we met a few times. You always bump into me, don't you?
Every time I go to Tottenham, it's never nothing's.
I think there's about 20 of me at White Hart Lane, maybe.
Nothing's ever arranged, Ellie. But
I know.
I always like put I'm going to Tottenham this weekend.
I reckon you're stalking me.
But this way, no matter where I go, I bump into Ellie. I went once, and I just come out the loo, and I bumped into you in the south stand.
I know. I bump into quite a few people on YouTube, but mostly you and Alex. And Alex. Because Alex, I meet him anyway, but sometimes he comes late to the games, and he said, "I'll meet you after, Ellie," because he just wants to go in, go where he goes. I'll go in a different spot to him. So we're never together, apart from one time when a guy sold us a ticket each. And I enjoyed it with Alex because he's quite a real character.
Well, put it this way,
he speaks his truth.
If I get tickets next season, if I can get hold of one somewhere, anyone wants to meet before the game.
Phil P and Danny K are your best bets.
Anyone wants to meet before the game, you'll know exactly where I will be. I will be in the Coach and Horses.
Well, I'm on the disability access scheme if I want to. But sometimes I don't want to be disabled. I want to be able-bodied. And I'll go... Actually, I took a chance last season and I went into the nutter stand, which is the standing area, 252. And my foot got broken because I was celebrating the goal and this guy next to me was celebrating and he trod on my big toe and broke it because he was a big fella. So, I risk my life sometimes when I go in there.
It was a bit crazy, that game. I believe
Yeah.
the game I saw you in 252, I believe we beat Everton 2-1.
Yeah, we beat Everton 2-1 and Arnold was playing. And Arnold was playing and he missed the sitter. Yeah, Harry Kane penalty.
And who scored the other one? I know. It was your man.
Højbjerg. Yeah,
Højbjerg.
Yeah, Højbjerg. And he scored against Leeds as well, and I missed it. Because actually, in 252, they absolutely adore Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Well, they did.
That's what you went in there.
Well, I didn't influence them. I used to talk about him, and then loads of people were saying we love him because he gives his all. Yeah, he might not be the most brilliant player, but it would give like Johnny Pratt in the old days. Yeah, they used to say he's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He's Johnny Pratt. That was Højbjerg, and he'll give his all. Yeah. Anyway, enough about Højbjerg because I can talk about him all day. What I wanted to say about what was you just talking about just now?
There's no point asking us. We ain't got a clue.
You've forgotten.
We were talking about.
Rain's a bit of a younger man. He remembers.
Yeah. Rain. What are you talking about?
I would say you're no older than 40.
Rubbish.
Well, you look about that.
Oh, the compliment came in there. You look not a day over 40, and Rain's
that's a compliment.
Rubbish.
Because he looks quite young. I've got brothers.
There you go.
Older than you. So, what were we talking about before?
I'm well into retirement planning, Ellie.
Are you?
Well into retirement planning. Well,
look at that. No grey hair around that beard.
I've got
he's into retirement planning.
Must be the Mediterranean oils in your skin.
I've gone past my half century.
Wow.
He's up with us, mate. He's up with us, mate.
No, but some Greeks look their age. Some Greeks look their age and some don't. Most don't. I think it's the melanine in our skins.
I went to university in the mid-90s, so you can work out my age from that. I didn't have mobile phones weren't a thing until I was in my early 20s. So
okay.
I once had a chat recently, like about a year ago now, with a guy who was the head of strategy for a very well-known food and clothing retailer. Where I was working, and I was having a chat with him, and I sort of let drop that when I started working, there was no internet.
Okay.
And he looked at me like I was mad. What do you mean there was no internet? I was like, there's no internet. There was like everything was we had computers and it was all on floppy disk. And if I needed to, because I do software development, if I needed to get a new bit of software out to, I used to have to, I used to package it on floppy disks and send it out to people.
Okay, interesting.
And if you wanted any Tottenham news, you had to phone up the 08.
So you're an ancient Greek. You're an ancient Greek.
Yeah.
But you look like a young Greek.
There you
Pythagoras.
go.
Pythagoras, he is.
Pythagoras theorem.
What was I going to say? We were talking about the atmosphere in the stadium,
that's it.
So at Wembley, so I'm a Wembley intake. Yeah. So for anybody who's not aware, when we went from White Hart Lane, where it was almost impossible to get a season ticket. Yeah, it was literally, unfortunately, it's the phrase. It was literally dead man's shoes. Yeah, that's what it was like at White Hart Lane. And I once got offered at White Hart Lane because I messaged in. I sent them an email in like the early 2000s saying, I know that I'm like 40,000th on the waiting list, but is there really no way I can get a season ticket? And they emailed back, or they sent me a letter back, and they said, well, we can't offer you a personal season ticket. However, for £7,000, you could have a share in a box.
Okay.
And
£7 grand.
You pay £7 grand.
And this
Well,
was
That's
back
a lot
in
of money these days.
dude,
yeah.
dude, it was almost my entire salary back then.
Yeah. That's how much you love Spurs, Rain. You know what
I
I
was
Say, is
mean?
that too much?
I think I'll pass. I think I'll pass.
Can I pay 50p a week? Can I pay 50p a week for like 25 years or something?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I was a Wembley intake because when we went from White Hart Lane to Wembley, obviously the number of seats went up drastically.
Yeah.
And I was in exactly the same place I am in now, actually, at Wembley. And in front of me and to the side of me were a group of lads who all located to the south stand when we moved to New White Hart Lane. And
Yeah.
we used to sing. I used to love these guys. We used to sing our hearts out. Absolutely sing our hearts out. Wembley is a soulless void. It literally just sucks sound, and it just goes out of the top like a chimney.
Yeah.
Right? It's absolutely horrendous. But these lads, like even just like there was about 8 or 9 of them, right?
Yeah.
So plus me, there was it was 10 of us, and we even just the 10 of us we could keep it going.
Yeah.
But if you take it down to like 3 or 4 of you, it becomes so hard
Yeah.
to keep songs going. And I've had exactly what Sheriff's saying. I've been
I
quite
look at you
vocal,
funny.
and people just turn around and look at you like you're a complete.
But Rain,
Yeah.
are they looking at you thinking that man looks good for his age? No, I do get it. Jokes aside, right? I get it. When I went, I'm going back further than you, Sheriff, and further than you, Mark, because I'm older than all of you.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I've got 7 brothers. As I've said it many times. We used to go as a family, right? 7 of us in the shelf side, including me, 8. My dad, 9. So there's 9 of us. 9 crazy Greeks in one spot is a very good sound bite because we made them. My brother Scully, especially, he was the best singer I've ever heard at White Hart Lane, right? And I've heard many, right? He used to start the most brilliant songs, right? The old-fashioned songs. They don't sing them anymore, right? And then I don't know if you watched. There's a guy called Trevelyan. He's an artist. He's a sports artist, and he draws a lot of
Okay.
the Spurs fans. I've forgotten his first name, but his surname's Trevelyan, right? He's very famous in the Spurs community. And he used to be at the Spurs that time, but he was a lot younger. I think he's in his 90s now. I think he might be at like late 80s, early 90s. Anyway, there was a guy called, we called him Tiny Tim, but he was bloody huge. He was about 6'8", and he made a lot of noise as well. So I get the thing that people used to sing all the time. Now I'm in the South Stand like you, Sheriff, and I'm with Phil P, and me and Phil P are loud, right? We shout, we scream.
I
Yeah,
can
you
testify
know.
to that. I
You've
can
witnessed it,
testify to
haven't
that.
you?
Yeah.
We're both loud, right? And there's a few people around us who are loud, but the majority are not in that section, right? The majority are quite quiet compared to, I'm comparing it to when I used to go to Spurs, even when I was 30, 40, yeah? And we were loud at White Hart Lane. It was like brilliant, the atmosphere. And everybody sang together as a group, and the old songs, the new songs got introduced, and the older people used to latch onto the new songs. It was magical. But now it's like they look at you funny I've got a potty mouth at football. I'm not like I am on YouTube where I behave myself.
I
I've got
can
a really
say
bad.
yes, definitely. Just to confirm for the viewers, Ellie has got a potty mouth
I've
at the
got a really
football.
bad pot.
I'll
Because
testify to that as
I
well.
blame my brothers and my dad because they all had potty mouths and they influenced me. Anyway, enough from me. Let's hear from the other lot because I'm going to take over. I talk too much sometimes. So I've got to shut up.
You're all right, Ellie. You're all right. It's nice to hear about
Yeah.
a bit of the old times sometimes. Yeah, there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
But
Nothing wrong with that.
you, boss, can remember as well as I can. The old White Hart Lane,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely bouncing.
Magical.
Absolutely
Magical.
bouncing.
Yeah,
I've been in there many times, many times, and that ground, you're worried about the structural stability of the place because you literally feel it, especially the old Park Lane, end.
Yeah.
When you were sat like them sort of woodeny, sort of seaty things, and you could feel the bloody thing moving.
Yeah, you
It
could.
used to sort of bounce. It used to, used to think, well, am I going through this in a minute?
Do you know what I like now, Sheriff and Mark and Rain? If you're in the concourse, I always sit nearer the older fans because we reminisce. Like, I always find people who are 50 or above, or even in their late 40s, because they witnessed what we witnessed when we were a little bit older than them. Yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah, because Sheriff, you're relatively young, aren't you? And
Hey,
Mark, you're nearer to my age, and Rain, you're nearer to Sheriff's age, I suppose. Right,
Yeah,
so we're all
I'd
different
say so.
ages, but we all experienced the White Hart Lane Thunder. Yeah,
Yeah.
imagine when we were on it, especially when we beat Arsenal 5-1. Do you remember that game?
Yes.
Bloody magical that was.
All I got to say, Ellie, is if you're looking for people over 50, don't venture too far from the toilets. That's all I'm saying.
That is true as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
But we have good
hang around
banter
the
with
toilet
them.
area.
One guy, he was in his 80s, he was showing me loads of pictures on his phones of him and Jimmy Greaves. And at the training ground, he had pictures of the players, the old players training.
Yeah.
And he had loads of memorabilia on his memory, on his phone. And he's kept it all these years. And he was showing me. And then I met another guy at the parade who was similar age. And he was talking about all the old players, the Cliff Joneses, all the 60s players, because that was our best era. But even the 50s team, my dad used to tell me about the push and run team. Even when I was a little girl, he said, you haven't seen anything yet, Ellie. If you saw that 1950s, so he used to show me, like the YouTube stuff. On the night. But you get the drift. But my dad's stories were better because he would tell me about every single player. So I was educated in Spurs from a very young age.
I can remember the first time I went to the new ground. The first thing I did as soon as I stepped in the new ground is I found that spot in the south stand where the centre circle was of the old White Hart Lane.
Yes.
Just to go and pay, just give it a nod.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you. Always in here.
Yeah. There you go, mate. There you go.
Yeah.
Rain, have you got? I'm going to get you on nostalgic Spurs, by the way, Rain, because I didn't know you was close to our age. To be honest with you, I really didn't. I really didn't. So I'm going to get you on if you don't mind. We've done a couple of shows on. Back in the day, Spurs, if you like, and Ellie's been on, and Ian's been on, and
Brian was on, wasn't he?
Brian was on. I'm trying to think. We had
Lubo
the last one
and
we
his,
did. His friend,
Lubo's friend. That's right.
Connor's dad. Connor's dad.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Sorry, Connor's dad. Sorry, Connor's dad.
I enjoyed that.
I couldn't remember Connor's name then. I'm looking at him in my head and I couldn't remember his name. But and we've had some great shows on there. And basically, it's just about you telling us about what you've seen and what you remember back in the day, and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting if you're up for it one night
The
to jump
complete
on.
honesty is we were that terrible that we thought we'd better talk about the good old times.
That was it. That was why we started doing it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
right.
simply I don't know how. We
the
won
problem
it
is-
in Bilbao. We
The
weren't that
problem-
terrible. We did win a cup.
The problem is that growing up and like well into my 20s, although Spurs was my Premier League team, and Spurs were my Premier League team for two reasons. One of my mates when I was like in primary school, his dad was a massive Spurs fan,
Yeah.
and he got us. He basically got us indoctrinated into
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
being
In the
Spurs fans.
Spurs. Yeah.
So Spurs were always my Division One or Premier League team. Whilst all my mates around, they're all like Liverpool. It's all glory hunters, right? In
Me and
primary.
you grew up in a very similar era because everyone I went to school with was a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, everyone was Liverpool.
The odd Man United fan.
I went to school in Tottenham.
But I just watched non-league football until like I went to non-league football, and I used to go home and away to my local club, Hayes Football Club.
Yeah.
I used to go
Okay.
home and away until I went to uni, and then when I came back, I used to regularly go home and away. And then when I got into my 20s and I could afford to go to White Hart Lane every now and again, it was a massive trek for me because I grew up in West London. It's a massive trek.
West
Like
London.
so my memories of Tottenham are very much from afar. When I was growing up, and really my personal experiences of watching and going to the ground only really sort of kicked in the early 2000s when I could get a ticket, and even then it was only at the old White Hart Lane. It was only like cup games that I could get tickets, or in the 2010s when firstly I started earning enough money to start wasting it on Tottenham Hotspur, but also then in when we moved to Wembley, I got my season ticket. So I was one of these people, up until probably 2014, who sort of experienced Spurs from afar, really,
Right.
because
Yeah.
there was no other way to do it. I had my car broken into a few times in the late 90s and early 2000s driving. You used to be able to park really close to the stadium.
Around the
Like
back of that school, wasn't it? In that school playground.
yeah, and on the way up to there was in the road on the way up to Middlesex Hospital as well. There was loads, and I've had my car broken into. Loads of I've I've got some experiences that I can certainly relay. Unfortunately, not many of them are good from visiting because it was during the time when we weren't brilliant until I started going. I mean, Wembley was absolutely amazing. Yeah, because we were just a machine under Poch at Wembley.
Yeah, we beat Liverpool 4-1, didn't we, at Wembley?
That was a great game. That was
Great
so
game.
good.
I was there.
Yeah.
We beat there with my
Unsurprisingly, I was in the pub.
I didn't like going to Wembley, getting there, because it's a trek for me from Enfield. But once I was there, I was in my element. Like you enjoyed it, but the thing is, the sound acoustics not good, are they? Like
I
you
feel
said,
sorry for
Wayne.
you, Ellie. I feel sorry. It's a trek going from Enfield to Wembley. Oh, I'm
Yeah, because
devastated
I
for
only
you.
live 4 miles from the ground. And when I moved to
Hang on a minute.
Chelmsford, I'm going to be sweating it out on the bloody train going down to Spurs.
I still don't feel sorry for you travelling, 10 miles
I know.
So for me, Wembley was amazing because it was literally it was 30 minutes from my front door to my seat on the Met line, right? Where I used to live.
From
It was
Hayes, yeah?
so good. Not from Hayes. I was long gone from Hayes by then.
You've moved,
I grew up in Hayes. I was long gone by then. But now it's about for me it's about between an hour and a half and 2 hours there, and about an hour and a half, about 2 hours ish if they don't cancel the trains at White Hart Lane station. It's about 2 hours back. That's the investment that I put in to going, and that time is more important than money.
You're getting closer now, Rain. Hour and a half, 2 hours. That's nearly getting there.
I mean, it's not like Jose, right? It's not like Jose who travels up from the south coast.
Yeah. I was going to say it's not like all them. It's not all them Man United supporters that live in London that have to travel up every other week to Manchester to fill the ground up. You know what I mean? Eh? There you go. Addis is in. Morning, Addis. And we had a question come up earlier just to ask. I'll see if I can find it, but I know the question was, what are your thoughts on Balogun coming to Spurs?
Oh, yes. I've seen that.
Yes.
I was talking to Stell about that.
Go on.
Just want to very quickly, just really quickly. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because I've been following some of the chat, and come on, you Spurs, 1882. It looks like we're Spurs brothers, and I completely relate, mate, to everything you've been saying. You and me have got very similar experiences, including the first game, and the first set of games at the stadium. People say that we don't have a brilliant atmosphere. The first games at the stadium were absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
They were absolutely rocking.
Crystal Palace, isn't it?
Crystal Palace, it was absolutely amazing, and we desperately need to get back to it. But anyway, I just wanted to say, big up, mate. I have been following what you're saying, and
Man City in the cup, Man City in the Champions League was another one.
It's brilliant when we won 1-0, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
the Arsenal game when we done them 3-0.
3-0, brilliant. What a game that was.
But my question is to that then, if people, and again, bear in mind, people, I've been twice in 26 years for reasons known to everyone, right? But the two games I went to, we struggled in. Nottingham Forest lost 3-0, I think it was, at home, and the West Ham game the same season that we lost 2-1 at home. What I want to know is it because Tottenham have been struggling so much, and the pair of you have just said, and people in the chat, about wonderful atmospheres that when they've been in the ground, there have been some. Why can't we do that every week? Why can't it be like that every week?
The old ground was like that, and let's face it, I used to go a lot in the sort of early to mid 90s.
Yeah.
And apart from the FA Cup, after that, we were pretty terrible. Mid-table. I believe we were mid-table when we won the cup in 91. But I used to go a lot then. And, and we weren't brilliant on the pitch, but the atmosphere was always banging, no matter how we played. I think what it is that most of a Joe average bloke like myself, passionate Tottenham fan, have been priced out of it.
Yeah.
It's all full sandwich.
Yeah. I get that. But there still are a lot of football fans, Mark, out there that go to watch the football, have a beer in the pub before.
Of course.
Whether it be ladies or gents, by the way. Go and meet up with a few friends, have a chinwag, go in, enjoy the game, whether it just like you would whether you was at White Hart Lane or whether you're in the new stadium.
Yeah. Well, we'll put it this way. Whenever I get to go, I haven't been now for a couple of years, but when I do get to go, for me, especially on the bus or train going up there, it's basically like when you go on a Jolly Boys outing. down the coast on the lash all day. That's how I treat going to Tottenham now.
Yeah.
Because I'll have a beer on the train going up.
Yeah.
It's like, let's get on it immediately.
Yeah.
Talking about women represented at male football matches.
Yeah.
When I worked for Her Game 2, we had all the stats of how many women generally attend men's football, and it was up to 13% women, and a lot of people are surprised at that, because when you look around, you see women, but on average, 13% of women are going to matches. So it's quite a high proportion when you think about it. And it's growing because women's game is still getting there. Yeah. And it's grown a lot in the last 5 years, definitely. Because I've been doing podcasts on women's football and the World Cup and the European Championships. And England have won it back to back, don't you?
Yeah.
The Euro Championship, and they lost the World Cup final 1-0 to Spain. So women's football in this country is getting more popular because England are doing well. The ladies' team are doing well, right? And when they come and watch male football, when I used to go, when I was younger, there wasn't many women there. I can vouch for that because I never saw hardly any. But now they say it's up to 13% on average across the board. So I reckon it'll go up to 20% soon because women are getting more interested in general about football, whether it's a man's game or the women's game. And it's been heightened by the England team winning, and they've got the interest.
Yeah.
There's loads around me. There's loads of ladies around me. Loads and
there's
loads.
so many more than when I used to go as a kid. I mean, I went to my first game when I was 4 years old, but I can't remember it. I can't remember it. I can remember being on my dad's shoulders at the 1967 FA Cup final. But what do you know at 4 years old? I was like 4.5 then. What do you know? You don't know anything. But other than that, I think the crowds in general, the fans in general, they're not as good as before. That's all I've got to say on it.
Big up, Ellie. Lovely, isn't it? Talking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bash is in the house. Big up, Bash. Hope you're well, mate.
Hello, panel. Hello.
Hello to you. And do you know what? I'm just going to see if I can find. I'm sure I started it, but perhaps I didn't. There was a question earlier on in the thing, going back to the current day. Your thoughts on Balogun? I'll let everyone else go first. Listen, right now, what I will say is, bearing in mind who we've got up front, right? And that's all I will say. Bash, do you want to go first on Balogun? Is he your type of fella?
I'm not going to lie. I've not watched a lot of. Is it the French league he plays on, or is it the Spanish one? Which one's he playing?
Monaco.
Yeah, Monaco. So the French. I haven't seen a lot of him. To us, the only time I've actually seen him a little bit was the World Cup. So I did watch a lot of the World Cup, and he's all I saw is that he scored a couple of goals. I don't really know if he's a Tottenham player. I don't know if he knows a Premier League level, but at the moment we don't really know when it comes with Charlton Solanke. So it's just a punt at the end of the day. So I honestly wouldn't have a clue on Balogun. I think if they're going to pay excess of 60, 70, 80 million, I think it's a very big gamble. I'd rather pay 60 million for a Jai or someone on the left, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I think I know we're going down a rabbit hole, but I think the old Osman thing is just a fairy tale. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Fair play, mate. Listen, like I say, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm hoping that we go for him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? In the guise of we can do it if we want to do it. Whether he wants to come to us or not is a different story. But Ellie, your thoughts on Balogun to Spurs if it happened?
The reason I was delayed to come on the show, because I was going to come on at 9:30, I was speaking to Stell about lots of different things. I'll tell you about it after the show, so you know. So I always tell my friends what I'm up to, right? And and we were saying, well, Stell was of the opinion he's bang average. So I sort of agreed, but I said he's probably a little bit better than bang average. Plus, I said to him, Arsenal had him when he was in France. I think he was playing for another team in France at that time. He was on loan, and then they had him back for a short while, and they soon found out he wasn't good enough for Arsenal. So if we're going to set our standards, if he's not good enough for Arsenal, right? If we want to get to their standard, because we're way behind them, we have to admit it. We are way behind them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were ahead of them. That's what we were talking about with Still as well.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's the profile of player who's going to take us to that level. Right. If we're going to settle and go for a level way underneath, right, then I don't mind him, but I'm of the thought that I want the best for Spurs, right? And he's not the best. Osherman is the best. And like Bash said, it might be a fairy tale, but if, like Danny says, if you put the bloody money down, he's coming. Yeah, and I really agree with that. Maybe I was a bit sceptical before, but we put the money down with Tonali and we got our man. We put the money down with Fernandez, we got our man. Right, that's their top targets. We got Robertson in, we got Dubravka in, we got Senesi in, we got Van Hecker in. Right, Van Hecker is a very good player. Right, everybody agrees he's a very. I think most people would agree he's a very good defender. Right, and he's got a close connection with De Zerbi as well, being that he was his ex-boss at Brighton. But coming back to Balogun, right, I think he's not of the level, in my opinion, that will satisfy me as a fan.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair play, fair play. Rain, your thoughts on Balogun? Does he move the needle for you, as Sava would say?
It's difficult, isn't it? So difficult because we're in such dire need. I still think I move between. We need a left winger more. We need a forward more.
Yeah, so I agree. Wingers more.
Yeah, and I think today I'm going to say we need left winger more. Tomorrow you might get a different answer from me tomorrow. I might say forward tomorrow because I oscillate between the two. So I think we desperately need a left. Well, I think we desperately need both. If I'm brutally honest, Balogun. I think he's pretty average. If I'm brutally honest.
Yeah.
As a number 9, but I don't know if that. I don't know if that's just a reflection of today's 9s. Because again, I'm going to go back in the 90s. Like how many caps did Les Ferdinand get? 20.
Yeah, I couldn't say.
It wasn't a great deal, was it?
It wasn't that many.
And I bet you there were a good number of decent 9s who barely got a 1. Right?
He got 17 caps for England, 5 goals for England.
So he barely got 20. Les Ferdinand. In this day and age, Les Ferdinand would 100% be in the England squad. Right? If he was in the Premier League, 100% scoring the type of goals that he did, 100% he would be in the.
Les Ferdinand was just unfortunate. He had like Shearer and that.
But that's my point. My point is, if you look at the batch of 9s, and it's not just in the Premier League, that's just reflective of the world in general, right? The quality of number 9s is so low. Every kid wants to be Messi. It wants to be playing as an inside forward or a false 9. Hardly any of them want to be a striker up front. That's the way it is. So, I saw Les Ferdinand play for Hayes, by the way, in the 80s. He played for Hayes, and he played for, I think he played for Southall. Southall or Uxbridge? Southall, I think he played for.
If you were 10 years older, you'd have seen Hoddle play for him.
Before no, he Hoddle Hayes. The Hayes that Hoddle played for was in Kent.
Oh,
it was a different.
I didn't realise there was two.
Yeah. And when Ferdinand got sold by QPR, because we sold him to QPR for like 100 grand, which was a huge amount of money. Like, or 50 grand was like a huge amount of money. But we put a 10% sell-on fee, right? And then QPR sold him for 6 million to Newcastle, and Hayes FC, my Hayes FC, got 600 grand out of that. They built 2 stands. Wow. They built 2 seating stands with that money. That was proper football pyramid stuff. That was.
Yeah.
That was proper trickle down. He was developed by a non-league club. He was given his chance, and then the non-league club benefited from it. So where I sit with Balogun, is he a brilliant number 9? No. Is he the best that we can get this summer? Oh my God, I can't believe it, but he might just be. And that's, unfortunately, we were in that position a couple of years ago. And who did we end up with? Solanke. I remember one of my mates going on and on and on about Solanke. And I was
otherwise known as another name.
Mate, he's not that good. He's not that good. He's like, oh, have you seen how many goals scored at Bournemouth? And I was like, I went and had a good look, and I went and actually sort of dug into the data. And I said, this is the only time he's done it, mate. And I'm just not that impressed. But at the time, the harsh reality was that he was the best that we could get. And if we're gonna, I think we're gonna make the same mistake. I think rather than going all out and getting the pipe dream, which is Osman, I think we're gonna get the best that we can reasonably get, and we're gonna end up in the same position like we are with Solanke and Richie. We're gonna have a player who's not quite good enough.
Your thoughts, Mark, quickly on Balogun? Do you know anything about him? And
really.
is he your cup of tea? Is he someone we should be going for?
Well, put it this way, right? I said earlier on in the show, he doesn't make me go, wow.
Yeah.
Is he better than Richie and Solanke? Let's face it, me and you are better than Richie and Solanke. So I would say yes. Right? So, but he's still not that needle mover, is he? You know what I mean? He's not.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've barely seen him play. So I've got no information, but to me, he's just not. It's like, meh. We get him in, so be it. He's not going to get you excited, is he?
No.
To me, that is. That's only me.
Yeah. We should give him the needle. Not needle box. No, I don't rate him.
It's difficult, isn't it? And on that subject as well, we've spoken about Balogun. Let's go to the other. I know we spoke about Osherman. Let's forget about that for a minute, because that's the top of the tree if it would ever happen. But is there any other forwards out there that you think that may, I don't know, fit De Zerbi's style? Like, for argument's sake, my choice would be someone like a Mikoadze, the Georgian forward at Villarreal. Wouldn't be too expensive. I've had a look. Scores goals, creates assists wherever he's been. Not massive numbers, but 15s, 18s, 20s. You know, could be the type of player that would fit in well at Spurs. I don't know what you guys and girls think about him. And anyone else that you want to put forward, by the way. Yeah, go on.
I don't know much about him, to be honest. So like I said, I don't exactly do the most in-depth research. But we're that desperate at the moment, mate. Let's face it, Match of the Day was cancelled. Get Gareth Crooks back. All right, he might be about 70, but he'll do.
He'll do.
He'd have to lose some timber as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty certain Steve Archibald's still knocking about as well. Get him back as well.
Well, yeah. Well,
You know, it's getting that desperate for like a half sensible striker. Well, I mean, both of them got to be in their 70s.
They're getting on a bit, I would imagine.
There's not that many strikers available that we can get. You know, it's slim pickings, isn't it? I think Ollie Watkins would be a good bet, but he's 30, I think. So we're not going to get much change out of him. He's probably 2 years if we get him, but it'd be 2 years of. He's quite a regular scorer. He's better than Richie and Solanke, much better. But I can't see Spurs going for him. There's a
you got to think the money they have to pay for him as well.
Yeah.
See, you know, it's a lot for a 30-year-old.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of money to spend. But there's not that many that I've heard of or seen that I think will take us to that level that I want. The only one I like is Osherman. And Vlahovic, he's sort of up and down. Very good player, but he's all inconsistent as well. So there's slim pickings out there, you know. Unless you scout someone that, like we scouted Berbatov, yeah, and he was fantastic for us. If there's a player like him out there that we haven't even heard of, and they know about him, and they've been scouting him, that's fair dues. But
well, this is where you call into questions the scouts.
Yeah.
You know, we obviously ain't got guys on the ground to find these players.
Yeah, that's their job.
Brighton and Brentford, the 3 Bs, isn't it? Brighton, Brentford and Bournemouth.
Yeah.
They seem to do it regularly. Pick gems up.
Chelsea went for Welbeck, and he's a proven goal scorer. He scores every season. He doesn't get in the high percentile, but he's a regular, consistent performer. And he's a pretty decent footballer as well. He's not too bad holding the ball up and that sort of thing. So if Chelsea have gone that type of player, maybe we should go for Vlahovic because he's similar in his stats. And maybe he needs a new challenge because a lot of players, they go stalwart at a couple, don't they? And they need a new challenge.
Yeah, I get you, Ellie. I get you. Well, one thing I wanted to ask about is that we seem to be going down, obviously, this Premier League proven route. And if that's the case for a left winger like Savio and a centre forward coming in, that narrows it down even more because I feel like there's a Dominic Calvert-Lewin coming in or something at the last minute.
No, please.
On loan. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like we've got 2 loans to use. I think they'll use them. Yeah. Honestly,
we're getting into panic stations now.
That's the way of being.
Yeah, we're getting into panic stations big time because you think about 2 weeks' time, right? On Saturday, our left winger is going to be Matthias Tell, our striker is going to be Solanke, and our right wing is literally no one. Who is our right winger at the moment? It's not going to be Kudos. He's not going to be
back. Mikey Moore.
Are we taking a piss? Like, generally, Mikey Moore, Solanke, and Tell after finishing 17th back-to-back seasons. Honestly,
I thought they were putting Mikey Moore at Cologne.
I think he's going to go. Yeah, he can't start. I mean, we're going to get panic stations. It's going to go 5 days before the end of the window, and we'll end up getting someone on loan and probably another one on loan, striker and a winger.
It's the way of the Enoch, a big mess.
I think the business they've done so far is really good, right? I think the midfielders are fantastic, at the back fantastic, but I would have actually left that and actually focused on the attack more than anything else, to be honest. When then spend 100 million with someone, like 100 million Osman, just get someone in who can bang goals in. At Tottenham, we want to see goals. We want to see goals. Our front line has always been the way at Tottenham. And at the moment, it's utter dross. Utter dross. We haven't even got a number 10 fit. Xavi and Maddison are both injured at middle class.
Yeah.
We don't even have a number 10.
That's why it's a mess.
We don't have a right winger. We don't have a proper out-and-out Premier League goal scorer left winger either. We've got Matthias Tell who scored like 5 goals in 45 games.
Yeah.
It's absolutely mental when you think about it. You put it on paper.
It's because they don't know what they're doing, Bash. They haven't got a plan. Right,
I think they've got a plan. I think
signings in.
I think they've got a plan. I think it's just gone wrong. I think you can have a plan.
I think they've wanted to sell people, but they can't.
I think they're all
sell these
wrong.
people.
They're all wrong uns. They don't care. They don't care enough. If you cared enough about a football club like Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, we wouldn't be in this predicament, would we? Right? They don't care enough to fix everything at Spurs. They do things half and half. Right? You bring in half good players, and then you don't add the strike force. You don't cater for injuries either, because you've got Xavi out, like you said, Maddison's out, Kudos out, Kulu out. Right? Who's going to create? Tonali's not a creator. Fernandez is not a creator, right? They're very good footballers, don't get me wrong, right? But I don't believe there's a plan at Spurs, and there never will be, unless these guys move out and actually put real football people who care about our club.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is spot on from Pete for me. Sorry to interrupt you, Ellie.
Okay.
I agree as well.
Players out.
Yeah, they can't sell people. They just can't
We've
do
got
it.
to get them out.
Romero's going to He doesn't want to be here. We can't sell him.
But there's got to be a good. Well, to be honest, it's like, was it last night show I said, we want these players gone, but the clubs aren't lining up to buy them. Romero's meant to be.
But I'm not funny though. If you were a club, right? If you was a club, who is going to want to buy Romero? He is an absolute loose cannon.
No, but hang on a minute.
He's a very good defender as well.
If you listen to some fans, Romero's the cream of the crop when it comes to defenders.
He's not the cream of the crop. He's a very good defender.
I have not seen a long line of
He's a good defender in big games.
I've not seen a long line of clubs queuing round the door to sign him.
Why are we keeping Davies and selling Romero? That's ridiculous.
This we can't sell players, and it's not. It is the zeitgeist coming back to what I've been saying for like the last 5 or 6 weeks. Like, and I had so much grief. Do you remember I've had ding dongs on this show with people?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you're right. No, I'm right. No, I'm right.
It's not about being right or wrong. It's about our club getting their act together and actually having a plan. I don't agree with you, Rain. They haven't got a plan. They haven't.
No, they do. They've got a plan.
I don't agree.
Yeah,
because if they had a plan, everything would be fixed.
Yeah, they've got
no.
There's things that you can control, and there's things you can't control. And the things that they can't control, which is what I've been saying for the last 5 weeks, which is selling players. You can't force. Do you remember I used to say you can price your house at whatever you want, but if somebody don't want to buy it, then your house is still going to be on the market, right? And I got called boring, right? But now we're at the position where you can put your player on the market all you want, but if someone doesn't want to buy him, you can't sell him, and that's where it is.
Let's look at who we got to sell. Right, we're selling Romero, right?
Yeah.
We're possibly selling Richie, but it don't look like we are, right?
I don't think we're selling Richie. As much as I'd love that, but it's not that.
And everybody says we're going to keep Solanke because apparently Solanke's better than Richie, but he's not. If you look at the stats,
Solanke's homegrown. That's why.
Yeah, Solanke's going nowhere.
Yeah, right. Okay, so he's staying because of the homegrown business. Yeah. So what part of that tells you that there's a plan? Why didn't they buy another homegrown player and sell him on because he's not good enough?
Right. So at the start of the season, they did everything that makes sense. It makes 100% sense. They went out and got players, and we all knew, right? We all knew Vicario, Romero, probably Pape Matar Sarr, Solomon, these and various other players on the extremities were going to be leaving the club.
They're going to be shipped out, yeah.
So, but certainly, let's just focus on Vicario and Romero. Yeah, we knew that these 2 players were leaving the club, and they knew that these 2 players were leaving the club, and so their plan was get the replacements in for these players, and whether you like it or not, Dubravka was a replacement for Vicario because they're promoted Kinski. That's the plan, right? Get Van Hecke and Senesi in get rid of Dragusin. Sorry, Dragusin was the other one who was on his way out. So get to Van Hecker and Senesi to replace Dragusin, who they did manage to get out, and Romero, who they can't get rid of. So they had a plan. The plan is quite clear. It's quite obvious. The problem is that the second part of the plan, which they don't have control over because they need somebody else to actually put their hands in their pocket and give us money to take the players off our registration list. They can't make people do that bit. They can force Newcastle to give us Tonali by tapping him up, or having a word and then giving them stupid money, and they can do the same with Fernandes, but they can't unless they go stupid and just literally give Romero and Vicario away, which they're going to get to the point where they may get there. They may either have to literally give them away, or give them away on a loan, which is effectively the same thing, which is getting them out of our club without a decent fee. So they had a plan. I'm absolutely convinced they had a plan. It's just not gone right for them.
And I have, if you don't mind me chiming in, Rain, I have heard, right, and read that Tottenham will not be acquiring anyone until they get at least Romero gone. That is, I've read that as well. That was yesterday, I think I read that, and I brought it up on the show last night. Sava's put in about it doesn't make sense. It's just to do with a homegrown Sava. There's 4 over on the registration. Obviously, we can bring in English players. We can still bring in non-homegrown players.
It's either that, it's either that, or we got to keep players here and pay them.
Yeah, for not being registered.
To not give them a squad number.
Yeah.
To me, that's ridiculous.
So I just want to answer now Richie's English. No. Homegrown is nothing to do with nationality. Eric Dyer, English international, but he spent his formative years up to the age of 21 in Portugal. So he's a homegrown player in Portugal. It's nothing to do with nationality. It's only to do with where you developed between 18 and 21.
It's so 3 years, isn't it? 3 years at an academy.
3 years. So Bergvall, Swedish player, 18 to 21 at Spurs. Therefore, he will become a homegrown player at Tottenham. Balogun was developed by the Arsenal Academy. American, but he is a homegrown player because of where he was developed. It's nothing to do with nationality. Everybody talks about English. It's not English. It's literally homegrown. It's like, I'm half Greek, but I'm British because I was born and bred. Right? That's the way it is. So yeah, but I mean, and Cookie, I wasn't 100% sure. I was just speculating. But it makes 100% sense because they don't want to be left with the hot potato. The problem with our club is that we can't sell players. We've never been able to sell players. I go back to Jermaine Genius. We wanted him out and we couldn't get him out, and we had to send him out on loan. We've always had this problem. We've always had the problem that we can't sell players. Richarlison, right? Bissouma last season. We should have gone to Bissouma and we should have said to him at the start of the summer window, look, mate, gone to his agent. Yeah, not Bissouma, gone to his agent. Gone, look, Bissouma is not going to be part of this club this season. It's your job to find him another club. If you don't find him another club, then he's going to be unlisted, and we obviously will fulfill our contractual obligations, but he won't be playing football. And we will accept. This is what I always say: we will accept 10 million. Is what I'm saying to them. But in my head, if they come back and they go, they're only willing to offer 5, I'm like, yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? This is the big problem with Tottenham. This is a big problem with Tottenham a lot of the time, is when we want players out, we set the bar too high with the price.
Yeah.
I get that.
It's like just going back to Romero, that I saw things of 50, 60, 70 million. Well, obviously not. Obviously not, because the list of clubs has not been round the block to come and buy him.
Brighton are willing to spend 50 million on Vuskovic, but nobody's willing to spend 30 million on Romero.
That's all you need to know.
Absolutely. Start of the season. I don't know whether our club thinks that we just need to wait for these people to come to us. But effectively, what we should be doing is we should be going to Romero's agent and we should be going, look, this is the reality of the situation. He will not be a part of this club this season. Okay? Whether he's here or not, he will not be registered. Therefore, it's your job, agent, man, go and earn your coin. You need to go and find him another club, right? And we're going to accept 40 million for him. In my head, I'm accepting 25, right? It's your job to go and get him out of this, to go and get your client another club. Otherwise, he's gone. And then from my planning, Ellie, my planning is clear, right?
I don't agree, though. I just don't agree with you, Ray.
I don't need to worry about Romero being non-homegrown and registered because I know I'm not going to list him. So I can go and get Gakpo. I can go and get Osimhen, who are non-homegrown. They need to be far more ruthless than they have been.
Right, I just don't agree because this has been happening from days back in the day, right? So when ENIC have been in charge, it's always the case, right? So there's a problem with them getting their act together to speak to the agents. So they don't plan ahead and they let it escalate until we get this situation we're in again today, right? And with Basuma, I want to make a point about Basuma. Basuma, he never got a look in under Conte. He got a little bit of games here and there, but not a regular. Then when Ange Postecoglou came in, he had more game time. And he actually played in the Europa Cup final and he played fantastic in the Europa Cup final. He's one of our best players that day, right? And we never wanted to move him on then. Right, we wanted to move him on, then we never wanted to move him on. Now we want to move him on again because of all the rhetoric that surrounds him. Yeah, all the things he's been doing, right? And he's the sort of character that maybe doesn't fit in with the ENIC way. Yeah, because he's loud and rash and. You saw him in the Europa Cup final, how he was in the dressing room, on the bus, going home. He was the light of the party, and maybe they don't like that sort of character at Spurs. We don't know. But at the end of the day, it's one big mess. And who's in charge of the mess? ENIC. So whether there was a plan or not, they haven't executed it like they should have.
Well, no, but you have to accept, Ellie.
They've been doing it for 26 years, Rain.
I'm not arguing with you. You have to accept that there are things that are in your control and things that are not in your control. Even if you've got,
if you're a top club, you make it your business to be in control and have your head in the right place to get these players out. They're taking their eye off the ball. They even admitted it themselves in their letter. Yeah, they even admitted it.
Yeah, so that's why, Ellie, I said, right, that my plan would have been different. My plan would have been, look, it's not just hoping that we'll be able to sell these players. It's going to the agents. This is the way I would deal with it.
Yeah.
Right? I would go to the agents and I would go, Romero, Vicario, Richarlison. Last summer I would have done it with Basuma.
Yeah.
They are not going to be registered this year. If they're still at the club, then we have a contract with them. Then we have to pay them. That is a legally binding contract. But we don't have to register them. We don't have to play them. There's no. So I would be going to their agent and saying, if you want your clients to be playing football this season, you need to find them a different club.
Pull your finger out.
Pull your finger at their asses and get their act together.
Go and earn some money for all that dollar that you get every time they move.
all
Go
that
in early.
10% and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too right and all. Too right and all, man.
And it comes back, Rain, because they don't care enough to do that. Yeah, they don't care about our club enough to do it. We care. You would do it, Rain. You'd be stringent on it, right? You'd be telling them what for. Get Mia recruited as well, because she'll have her £5 worth, right? And we'll have Romero out. We'll have them all out, and then we'll have our fresh players in that we can enjoy watching, because we've been having to put up with this dross for far too long.
Somebody mentioned Pape Matar Sarr. Perfect example.
Yeah.
Perfect example. We actually, to all accounts, let's just accept that it's true. We had an offer from Villa, a loan offer, but just get him out. Just don't let the accountants. I'm an accountant. Don't let the accountants tell you how to operate your club. There's a reason why accountants don't become chief operating officers, and that's because they don't accept the risk. They don't take the risks that are necessary to drive businesses forward. They're all about risk management, right? That's why 5 weeks ago I was like, because it's in my nature, going, there's loads of risks here, yeah, because that's who I am. That's why I. But
you're not related to Daniel Levy, are you, Rain?
No, not to my knowledge. But they've been, for some reason they didn't take that offer for Sarr, and it's like, where are all the other offers? It's not, just take it. Just take the bloody offer.
He's a skinnier version of Sissoko. That's what I call Pape Sarr. He's a skinnier version because he runs around a lot, but he hasn't got no end product hardly ever. He scores the occasional goal here and there, or assist here and there, and that's it. You get an athlete. You get an athlete who can run the field. Yeah.
I think the
not a
reality
footballer.
is, if last summer Enoch or whoever was in charge, Vinay, Levy, whoever, did what I've been saying we should actually do, what I would do, which is, you're not going to be registered at this club. You're not going to play football next season. You need to find yourself another club. I think there is a big, big chance that Bissouma would have gone, sounds fantastic.
At the end of Conte's, well, no, actually at the beginning of Conte's reign, he would have gone.
And he would have just done, was it a Winston Bogart, and just picked up his salary.
Bye-bye, Bissouma. Yeah. The thing is, he is a very good, well, on his day, he's a very good footballer, but he just hasn't got that focus, yeah? When we bought him from Brighton for 25 million, that was a red flag as well, because any player of his sort would be worth more than 25 million. We got a bargain in one sense, but it wasn't a bargain because he didn't do what he should have done, and how he performed at Brighton was a lot better on average than he performed for us. Would you agree?
Well, I mean, let's be clear. How he performed at Brighton next to Caicedo was a lot better than he performed for us, not next to Caicedo. That's the difference.
Yeah, Caicedo, he's a very good player.
He was protected at Brighton by an absolute monster of a central midfielder.
Yeah.
Whereas at Spurs, he was exposed as a number 6 who can't be pressed. If he's pressed, then he folds. That's the problem with Bissouma. He's fine until he gets pressed.
I see Bissouma not as a 6. I see him as an 8 because he can drive forward with the ball, right? But we hardly ever played him as a pure 8. Yeah, and when they put him back in defence, he was subdued. And all he was doing, I was watching him, all he was doing is passing sideways and backwards like bloody Harry Winks used to do. And I thought, that's not the Bissouma I want to see. And I saw him, he came on against Sheffield United when we were losing 1-0, and he bossed the game that day. He came on
against Sheffield United.
Do you remember that game when we won 2-1? He absolutely played brilliant, right? And he took over the midfield. It was against Sheffield United, so you've got to have your whereabouts of who you're playing. But at the end of the day, I agree with you. Casiado is a fantastic footballer.
He's an absolutely incredible player. I remember seeing him play.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him play for Brighton against us before everyone was talking about him. In fact, at the time, most people were talking about who was their left back. I can't remember who their left back's name.
Oh, it was the little guy. It was Cucurella. Cucurella was on one side, and then Lamptey was on the other.
Yeah.
Tariq Lamptey.
It wasn't Tariq Lamptey. It was the other one.
Solly Marsh.
No. And I just
trying to think.
You could see, even though I'd never seen him, I'd never heard of him. You could see he was an absolute beast. It was so good.
Yeah.
He was covering defensive midfield, and he was going out covering right back when the right back was getting up. I can't remember the name of the right back. He was absolutely fantastic in fantasy football because he got loads of goals.
Anybody in the chat know the right back for Brighton that time?
I can't remember.
I would say Lamptey.
I can't remember either. I can't remember. I know Lamptey.
Anyway, the thing is, it doesn't matter whether we think these players are good enough or not good enough. At some point, you need to actually execute. You need to execute your plan, and you need to be ruthless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're basically saying they had a plan, but they didn't execute it.
No, they had a plan, but then things outside of their control didn't happen.
Yeah, but Ray, you said yourself you're an accountant, right? And you would have done it differently. So if you can do it differently, and they need to execute it like you've just mentioned, go to the agents, then why didn't they?
I don't know why they don't. I don't. I suspect that that's not the done thing in football. But I also know that I don't give a monkeys. I would absolutely be going and doing it. That's absolutely what I would be doing. I would have them in my office as chief, director of football, and I would be having very frank discussions with them, and I would be making it absolutely clear. Look, we will uphold our contractual obligations, but this player is not going to be. Do you know what Alex Ferguson used to do it all the freaking time? Right?
Yeah.
You need sometimes you need to be you need someone to be an a-hole.
Yeah, you need someone to be ruthless and an a-hole. They took their eye off the ball, Enoch. From day one, they've done some good. They haven't been all bad. I'm not going to say they've been all bad because they haven't, right?
Mostly.
But mostly bad because the thing is they haven't given us fans a team that we can be proud of, and not just a team, a squad, right? Like Arsenal now, they've got their chest out. They've just won the league. They're piping up everywhere. Yeah, they're on podcasts. I went into bloody Stratford. There's a massive picture of Declan Rice staring at me. I wanted to smash the mirror, the window. Nice. Sorry, but what can you do? I'm a civilized lady. I won't. I just stuck two fingers up to him.
So quickly, coming back to Balogun.
Yeah.
Estupian, thank you very much. Estupian, there we go. That was the left back.
Yeah, he scored the worldie against us.
He scored. He was so good. Estupian. Balogun. I think the biggest risk is we end up Tonali, Fernandes, Van Heck. These are all really good players.
Yes.
And I'm really happy with them.
Yeah.
And it's the right thing to do is to get that quality of player. And I think the biggest risk that we've got at the moment is we are going to sign a player like we did with Solanke, who's not good enough, and then we're going to have him at our club for the next 5 years. And that's why I would be looking at stopgaps and looking at decent stopgaps. That's why I'll be looking at a Gakpo, a Rashford, players who may not be with us for more than 2 or 3 years, but players who you're going to get a good couple of years out of. You're going to get a good couple of years out of.
If all else fails, Rain, we get Harry Kane back next year.
Well, we're not getting Harry Kane back.
I just said that as a joke.
Yeah.
We all know he's not coming back till he's at least 37. Got 5 years to wait, everybody.
So for me, I wouldn't. For me, I was saying selling Lancashire for 20 million was great business.
Yeah.
But it's the further we get away from signing an actually good striker, the less that looks like good business here and now. That we may as well, rather than going and getting Balogun, we may as well have kicked the can down the road and kept Lancashire for another year, and then next summer gone and got the ball buster that we actually need up top. Because the problem is, if we get Balogun now and he's not very good, he only scores 10 goals for us. We've still got him next season.
It looks like we're going to do another panic loan, doesn't it?
I can see a couple of loans coming in, Ellie.
Yeah.
I can see it happening. Who they are, I wouldn't like to guess. Let me just look here a minute. I wanted to bring this up from Drula.
Really, my niece. All right, Drula.
Spurs have shown interest in Borussia Dortmund's chief scout, Sebastian Krug, if that's how you say it, Krug or Krug. Yeah, I wanted to bring that one up.
Okay.
And Eugene's posted in as well, and he said, thoughts on Barcelona interest in Porro. Another reason we need to keep Spence. Is Pedro Porro going anywhere?
No.
He
just signed a new deal. Not a chance.
Yeah.
He's the blue-eyed boy. Really?
Yeah.
He's won the World Cup as well.
Interesting.
Well, that's why Barcelona are looking at him.
Yeah. And Hans posted in as well. And I don't know what your thoughts are on this. I've seen a few people post this about Krupi, saying, look, it's just a metatarsal. Why don't we still sign him if it's possible? And then when he's over his injury, he's ready to come back in. Hans has put, I think we should buy Krupi and play Richie until he is back. He's worth waiting for. What? Just quickly, what do you guys think about that? And then we're going to wrap up and send you all over to Mia if she's still going.
Well, we got 4 minutes.
Yeah, she does longer than an hour. Go on.
Oh, does she? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, Krupi, for me, he's never going to hold the ball. He's only quite a small bloke, isn't he?
He's strong, though.
Yeah,
he's just
strong. He's brilliant at holding the ball up. He's really technically fantastic.
No, but he's not the biggest bloke, is he?
No, but he what he lacks in stature, he makes up in technical skill.
Oh, all right. Well, bring him in then. Bring him in immediately.
Yeah. He's fantastic. You should watch that video, Mark, where they fire the ball at him at 60 miles an hour and he traps it behind his head, flicks it over his head and volleys it, scissor kicks, volleys it from 35 yards out into the net. Fantastic footballer.
Yeah. That's it. I'm
technically skillful.
1 10-second video's got me sold.
I'll send you it, Mark, so you can watch it.
The last thing Tottenham Hotspur Football Club should be buying is players who are already injured.
Well, yeah, we ain't got to go.
Well, put it this way.
I just wanted to ask the question because a lot of people...
If we brought him in with a metatarsal, with our medical team, with our medical team, the next thing he'd be having his foot amputated.
Then he won't be no good to know.
I see you misrepresenting what I've been saying. By the way, I see it, mate.
Who? What?
Saba.
Me? Oh, pass.
I see it, mate. I see what you're doing. Okay, and that's clearly not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I'm not sure Balogun's the right player, and I think they're down to playing like D or E, and at that point you got to wonder, was selling Lancashire, this year? I'm not saying don't sell him. I'm saying kick the can down the road for a year.
I don't think you would have got that price for him. You wouldn't have got 20 mil.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's good time to sell him.
I don't rate Lancashire, so
No,
I saw him.
Bang
He
average.
played for Oxford United against my husband's team, QPR, and he was total pants. And he got hooked off early in the second half because he was basically he didn't know what to do. He wasn't making the runs. I think it was early doors because he didn't really want to be there. Because I heard Ben Kaufman say that he's got a bit of chip on his shoulder about Lancashire, that he thinks he's better than he is. Right,
No,
and I didn't know this.
I'm
I didn't
sorry.
know anything about Lancashire at that
I'm
stage.
sorry. I'm sorry. That's just absolutely fundamentally not true. I've seen.
I don't know. I can't.
No, I'll tell you
can't
what
say
I know.
it is or not. But what I will say,
yeah, well, I'll tell you what I know, Ellie. I've seen interviews with him. I saw a big piece with him at Oxford United, and he was absolutely clear about who he is as a footballer. Absolutely clear. He did not have a chip on his shoulder. He was absolutely clear that he probably was never. He even, was resigned to the fact. Very, very honest about the fact that he was probably not going to be a Premier League footballer, but he was quite prepared to make his career as the best footballer that he could be. And if that and they loved him at Oxford. Whoever's been spreading what you're saying is doing him a disservice.
It was just early doors. That's what was said by a few people actually. But I don't go on that. I just go on what I see with my eyes. And I saw him quite often because after he played at QPR's ground, I took an interest in him because, he played for us against Galatasaray and he scored and he got sent off, didn't he? Right. Yeah. So I took an interest in him because I like watching our youngsters play as well. I've always done it. Right. So I've started watching Oxford United games as well because I've got the TV where you can watch all games if you want. Right. So I thought he picked up. I wouldn't say he's Premiership quality because I don't think he is. Right. But I get your point about kicking the can down the road. But I just don't think he would be the one that we should keep.
No,
right?
I'm not saying Lancashire is the future of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. No matter how much Sava wants to represent me saying that, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I don't want us to sign another Solanke. I don't want us to sign another Solanke and have another forward who, I'm sorry, Prez, I'm sorry, but if he's not good, if he only scores 10 goals at Spurs next season, we ain't selling him next summer because we're going to be in exactly the same position. Nobody's going to buy him, right? So I really think that we should be going all out for getting the best quality that we can get and not settling.
But you're saying, Rain, you're going to settle for Lancashire for 1 year.
Only because I can kick that can down the road. Only because if I sign Balogun, then I've got to pay him for 5 years. If I keep Lancashire, I can still get rid of him next year. And do you know what? I could release Lancashire. It wouldn't matter a jot because he's on like 10 grand a week, right? Yeah. I can just release him. So it's an easier decision to release Lancashire next summer than it is to sign Balogun this summer and the risk that he's that I'm going to have to keep him for another 5 years.
Yeah, I suppose, but Spurs saw the 20 million and they took it, because in their eyes that's good business. Yeah,
that's fine. But at the time, I thought that they were going to go and try and get an Osman. At the time we were talking about Cooper Jr. Right?
Yeah.
At the time we were talking about these sorts of players.
And now, Torres.
Torres. And now we're like down to plan E or F.
I think honestly, if Creepy didn't get injured, we would have bought him weeks ago. Genuinely, we would have slapped 80 million on the table and he'd be in. I guarantee.
Again, something a bit of the plan that was outside of our control. A player got injured at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So we didn't sign him.
Yeah, bad timing. Yeah.
Are we cursed or what? It's just weird. Everything goes against us, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's still a lot to do at Spurs. I think everyone will agree. Whichever way you look at it, whether it's filling the first team out to give their manager a chance for the first game of the season, or whether you're talking about the squad, there's a lot to do. In a short time now to get players in and out, and in the future as well, if ENIC are going to carry on doing what they say they're going to do. We're going to wrap the show up now. Big up to everyone who's been in this morning.
I've got through a lot of chewing gum while I've been on here.
There you go.
You're all going over to Mia.
Yeah, you're all going over.
I'll watch Mia.
You're all going over to Mia now. We'll send you all over. If you can just put 2 marks raid in, that'll be fantastic. Big up to Rain for coming on this morning. Really appreciate you as usual, Rain. Ellie, big up to you as well. Thank you for everything you do for us. And Bash,
welcome.
As always, most welcome. Thanks for your input into the show. And as usual, everyone else that's been on, all the chat, fantastic stuff going on in the chat as well. We're going to love you and leave you. We'll be back tomorrow morning, as usual, at 9:30 for the breakfast brunch. We'll see you all then. Have your best day, as always. And come on, you Spurs.